Me and Jazz have little blue hearts.
Oh, blue hearts.
Little blue
I got.
hearts.
This is my only rep, but it's good.
Ah, season 7.
Season 7. Kai season.
Wow.
Kai season.
Kai season this whole time. I remember when we first started talking about at the beginning of the season that it was going to be like Kai season, and it felt so
far away.
So far away.
So far away.
Yet here we are.
We are saying like by the end of the season you will have Kai, and that is
I was telling you last night. I was like, I'm gonna have Kai every episode, every scene, basically
for the rest of your life.
For basically like the campaign, really.
For the rest of your life.
Like, which is the rest of your life.
Arlo's sleeping and talking to like Arya or Dimitri or whoever. Like Kai's gonna be there. Like that's kind of the vibe.
You can talk to him anytime you want.
I'm gonna be talking. That's all I'm gonna do.
Real estate.
Arlo's entire thing now. Well, as if it hasn't been canceled.
Yeah.
Arlo's entire thing now.
You
like the color? Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking New York's hottest new club.
Kai.
This place has everything.
Ooh.
I love that bit from SNL so fucking much.
I'm glad. I felt like I knew you saw me. It's
my favorite bit from SNL.
I just love Bill Hader so much.
Y'all are sorry.
I kiss that guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Whoa. What?
I'm giving you.
Okay.
Oh my god, we all kind of have blue and green colors going on, and that's
I put
really
the blue
lovely.
in the back.
That's lovely.
Blue.
Lovely. You got blue. You got blue. We all got blue. Jazz got green. I got greenish blue.
I got the green.
There's blue lights. You just can't tell.
We all look like we're like underwater. It's okay. You look so blue.
I am under the water.
So I'm under the water.
Well,
Arlo, I'm gonna let you take the lead because I know that I know some things, so I'm gonna let you take the lead.
All right. I'm sorry. I'm musicking.
You're so good.
Should I put this in this tab so that it's easily accessible just in case? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I don't know what I just closed out. I thought I closed out the session for a second. And I was like,
okay.
Hi,
chat. Thank you for the welcome backs. Hello.
I think Arlo. I think that Arlo leads like the gang, not like the part, like our you know, the gang, and then the plus ones of the sort up to the yeah.
You're doing amazing. You're good. You're doing amazing.
And is the vibe that everyone's already set everything up in that room?
Essentially, I think so.
Yeah,
I was gonna say if you walk in, like there's candles everywhere that are set up, like matches and stuff, and then like there's a water and like a pitcher and like some cups and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a big.
You want me to read out everything I have so Jade, you know in your head what Kai's gonna be looking at?
I put the straws in there too. I put like the pile of straws next to the pitcher of water and stuff.
Arya's
so much in there.
And like put out the.
Yeah, if Andromeda finished like slicing the oranges and stuff, like he'd put that in there, and any other orange stuff that was on the table,
I can imagine
he just transferred it to the room.
Like how cool or cute and cool it would be, like with like if you use string to like tie up the oranges, so they're like
yeah. Absolutely, he did that.
Cute.
Absolutely, he did that.
That's so cute.
Okay. Yeah, it's like you said, it's coins, Connor's necklace, Rain's crystal.
Yeah, and Rain gave you some coins too. I didn't specify that.
Shell.
He definitely did that.
Yeah, map of the shell and paper, like just standard paper, folding paper. Blah, blah, blanket over the Arya's curtain.
Okay.
You have the comfortable clothes ready.
Yep.
I imagine at some point Hazel probably turned on the bed and then just said like probably like told her like no silk, was it? No velvet?
Yeah, no silk and no velvet.
Yeah, okay.
Probably just cotton would be
which is probably what they have anyways.
Yeah. We're not in the twin veils, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
While we're doing this, by the way, can one of you check stream just to make sure it's running okay? Because it was lagging for someone, and I just want to make sure it's all good.
It seems like it's working so far, so good.
Okay. Sounds good. I just want to make sure. I'm recording, but I just want to make sure.
That's running for me.
I hung up his shell. We hung up his shell, his like one that he made for Arlo.
Yeah,
and next
the little
to
mobile type thing, little shell mobile, that one.
Yep.
Okay.
The one that Rain gave him.
Like dream catcher type one.
And then Arlo put the drawing of them for the time capsule like by the bed. on the table.
Ooh, it's brewing in my chest.
It might be all this might be so bad, which is
No,
okay. Like
and
you
that's
may walk
okay.
in it way too
And
much at once.
And that's okay.
We can just throw it out.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, we'll just give them the very basic room that's next door.
Yeah.
That's Dimitri's room. We'll
If
just trade it.
anything, here we go. Dimitri's room.
Fully empty, like just swap rooms and that's
Yeah,
totally
let's swap.
fine.
We'll do a quick change. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Get him over there. Get him over there.
Come
Yeah,
over there.
straws, water.
Yeah, those are all next to you.
Dagger.
Andromeda's holding
Andromeda
the
got
dagger.
that?
Dagger in the drawer.
If Arlow finds out you got that from Terrence, he's gonna flip.
Nope.
Not gonna tell her. How's he gonna know? He's not gonna smell
How's
it
he gonna know? How's he gonna know?
Is he gonna
He's
smell
gonna
it?
know.
Arlow's
Anger
gonna
about
know.
him is so harmless in comparison to things that he's been angry about.
That's
I know. I'm just
I really like okay, yeah, that's kind
He's
of the
gonna put it
vibe.
in the bedside drawer if he directs her to put that there.
It's like,
The
Yeah.
dagger. Push
Amazing.
it in.
Close
Alright,
but out
well.
of sight because that's probably rough.
Amazing.
Maybe, I don't
I
know.
think
She probably used it to cut the oranges too, and she's like licking like.
Nice.
I love her.
Amazing. Amazing.
Like, you don't know
every
where that
time-
knife's been.
Ooh.
It was in
Okay,
his
for
hair.
Garrett.
She's all right with that.
Okay.
You don't
Dirt
mind.
in her mouth.
And she don't mind.
Dirt in her mouth. Do you think she cares?
No, I don't. I know I
Every
don't.
few bites, Andromeda's like sucking on an orange slice, just like
yeah, she was.
Listen, it's the cheese tax, but it's
She
the
does
orange tax.
the little monkey thing where she puts it in her mouth.
Oh,
She's
that's
having her
so
mouth as she
hardcore.
can't.
She's like,
She's having a good time. This is like arts and craft time for her.
"Aw."
Yeah.
So
it's nice.
It's just back and forth by forth. Oh, the string is like a arts and crafts. Put it on.
I think when
They all
Arlo-
smell like oranges at this point.
Yeah.
and that's
And that's
crazy.
how it should
Exactly
be.
how it
And that's probably good.
When Arlo walks into the room
Mm.
and it's all set up,
And I think everyone in the party is there plus Dimitri. So I think the rest of them sort of kept their distance, kind of like knowing that it's
like
sort
Solar
of
and Arthros. and
yeah,
everybody?
I think Solar and Arthros have kind of like I think Arthros
they-
is there.
Are they
Arthros is
some
there. Unless
Oh.
no, they probably all came up. They probably all
Okay,
came
cool.
up to like
Arlo would have like been like,
yeah.
if not.
They came up to oversee. I think yeah, I think and then Wesley's probably there too because I think Silas
Why
is
not?
gonna bring
Yeah.
Wesley with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Connor's still just holding Wesley.
That's his baby.
That's his baby.
That
That's
is baby.
That's his baby. So yeah, they're
That's
all
their
there.
Baby.
child. That was his first child.
They're all there for
Yes.
the moment, even though they know they're not all gonna like
Going
go.
to Osiris.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think
See us
also
off.
when Arlo sees the door, he like traces his fingers over the. It's just like you know what I mean.
And you worried you won't cry. You
That
will.
it says good
Like
on the door.
he's been walking through all of these doors
Yeah.
to see Kai, and like this door is actually gonna have him. Like,
And it's a good door. And it's a
And it's a
good
good
door.
it's a good
It's the
door.
best door. It's the
And it's
best door.
It's
best
real.
door.
It's a real door, and it's always
Yeah.
gonna be a good door. Anyways,
Can't
This,
you-
Yeah.
this already counts as you crying, my guys.
It does.
yeah, I think he like runs his fingers over it. I'm so shaking. Let's get into it.
That's all right. It's okay. I'm there with you too.
Deep
And I
breathing.
think he just like looks up at everything, and it's just like such a clear representation that like everyone in this fucking group loves Arlo and like loves.
You keep that up. You keep
That
that
was
up.
so high of your look.
Bro.
That was such a high look. That was crazy.
like just like loves Arlo and loves Kai because of Arlo,
Yeah.
and like has worked so hard to get Arlo here. And I think that like really like washes over him. Like it's surreal to see it. It's such a physical manifestation of that. And like loving Kai is the best way that you could love Arlo. So like that just really shows up. And so I think he like ushers everyone inside. He's like, hey guys. Okay. Before
They're
we
all
call
just,
anyone,
all just looking at you.
before we call anyone, you know, anyone over this to do stuff, I wrote stuff. So I wanted to read it, and you have to excuse me. I might stutter a little bit because I'm a little bit out of sorts. So I'm just gonna I just no particular order. Okay, I'm just gonna read it. Oh, good, it's 11:11.
It's 11:11. You're kidding.
It actually is.
No, I
It
know.
actually
What the
is.
hell?
No, the Kai and are in the background too.
You can't see it, but it's there.
It's there. No.
Okay. Okay.
What time is it, brother? It's a vacation. Okay, let's go.
And so he does not have a phone. He has a notebook. But I have a phone. Okay. So I'm just gonna read it if everyone's looking at me. I'm gonna read in front of everybody, and that's great. And I actually feel really comfortable, genuinely, but also but terrified. So I'm just gonna go for it.
I think you're doing a great job, guys.
It's the way that I know that everyone's like standing beside their respective person. Like Zephyrus is there next to Andromeda, and Arthurus is there next to Wit, and we've got Connor and Hylas next to each other, and Solar's there with Arya, and Dimitri standing off to the side next to you, and they are all just gathered right here in this moment for you, just to lay out that scene for you.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up. Okay.
Oh, they're up.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do one at a time then. Yeah. Andromeda. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Your heart is like no other I've seen before. You love so wildly and immeasurably. You continue to love even when your heart is broken, and you continue to see people when your eyes are tired. Bolts of lightning can strike a tree, fracturing its peak, and yet it endures. And as men live and die, the tree will continue in its longer life. Its impact is untouchable by the acts of fleeting time and by the weak hands that try to grasp it. Thank you for reminding me that I'm not just built to be a healer, but I'm built to persevere, and that the things I'm doing are worth the impact that they leave. Wit, when I gave you that compass, I meant it. And right now, while I don't know the direction you're taking, I have faith that you will pick the best and truest direction. I may feel like I don't know you right now, but I'd like to one day, and I think we've already begun. I'll never take for granted the cardinal points of you that led me to Kai, and for knowing so deeply how much he means to me. So thank you. Solar, I've always found a little piece of myself in you, in the way that you love rain. You are fiercely loyal to the ones you love, and it defies the things that they have done, and it buries itself in the soul of who they really are. And while I'm a very fluid person, I look at you and it ignites me to nurture my convictions. Thank you for being a pillar to everything I've set out to do, and I hope that I can be one for you as well. Connor.
Before you move on, Solar
Yeah.
goes, masculine ass. Through tears.
Not so much. Connor. It was so quick for me to love you. And it was so easy for that love to grow the more I saw of you. You're such a safe person and a resting spot for me. One time, I was swimming on a very hot day, many centuries ago, and I found this shaded tunnel of stone to find some relief in. It was so nice that I stayed there for hours, and thank God, because when the sun went down, these small oval crystals that lined the stone ceiling started to glow this soft luminescent pink. And now that I think about it, I probably just remembered that because it reminds me of you. Thank you for those necklaces and what they represent, and thank you for reminding me of peace. Arthros. What?
She's like,
Oh, we're talking about the
Arthurus is like,
At times, I've felt stupid, which is more often than I'd like to admit. Finger up. You've always made me feel smart. You're one of the most brilliant people I know, and every word that leaves your mouth is remarkable, just like you. What's it like to be so ruthless and yet so gentle? So hungry to jump to what's next, and yet so attentive to the little details. You stop and smell every flower, and you've made me feel like one. You care for the people you love with every fiber of your being, and I'm lucky enough to be cared for by you. Thank you for always making me feel worthwhile. Oh, I love her so much. Silas, the crack of the voice. I want you to know that you are so much more to me than a reminder. You are not an echo of my past, but you are a voice of my future. You've helped me become a better friend, a better brother, And you've taught me that no matter how greedy the world is, how much it takes, it can never truly reap the very core of who you are. And my core glows brighter knowing that you're in my life and that I can navigate things with you by my side. Please know that you and Wesley are always welcome to my family, any of them. But please know that you've always been the best family that kid could ever have. I look up to you a lot. Thank you for always sticking everything out with me and always being someone I can rely on. Mud. In our last conversation, you called yourself hollow, and you said you were empty on the inside. And while I know it was in reference to something much more physical, I think it's important to note that it's the ones who never got to know you, never got to be seen by you, that are left hollow. And I'd say that I feel hollow without you, but the truth is that I carry the fullness you left imbued in my very being. Knowing you will never be temporary. I look at the wooden koi you carved me and I know you. I feel the soil beneath my feet and I know you. And I hear a hearty belly laugh from across the room and I know you. And I'll hold my brother in my arms and know it's because of you that I can. So thank you for letting me know you. Dimitri? Lingers.
You can't. Yeah, go ahead.
Great. I know my memories have been spoon-fed to me. I'm very familiar with walking down the infinite hall of 𝐄𝐩𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐻𝐢 and handpicking which one I want each night. Back when 𝐄𝐩𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐻𝐢's halls did have ends to them, you were always standing there waiting for me, bringing some clarity to something I didn't know I was. I spent 2 years with no flicker, no recollections, and then I met you and it's like my soul didn't know how to contain itself anymore. Like it was desperate to be seen in your eyes and cradled in your hands, the gentlest ones I've ever known. And while yes, knowing who I was matters, what truly matters is that I wouldn't be who I am now without you. Loving you has changed me forever, and I plan on spending infinity thanking you for it. Arya, who knew that some two random goody two-shoe kids from the Aquafin dormitory would end up having centuries-long family history? Who knew morning runs to the barbaric being would turn into trying to undo an endless cycle of suffering and shake the very system our families were built on? Not to mention saving the world in the meantime. We were intertwined from the moment I laid eyes on you. You are a melody, and if you sang in a choir of a million voices, I would always hear you. You soothe me, you strengthen me, and when you're by my side, fear can't touch me. Wherever I am, my heart reaches for you, and it always will. There's no thanks enough for the way that you fought for my family, and for me to be here. But especially, there's no thanks enough for being my friend, and for merely existing. He puts the notebook down a little shyly.
Hey. I'm gonna let y'all process that.
I don't think Ari is processing it.
I'm processing. I'm processing. I'm gonna let you guys process that. I'm processing.
I think Arya just runs up and hugs him.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
I know we said no group hugs, but that's for Osiris. We're doing it here. We're all hugging him right now.
Arla's just yeah.
Oh, everyone else joins too. Solar joins, Arthurs joins, Silas, Connor, Wesley.
Yeah, everyone's there.
Wesley got to be there. They're all Wesley's there. When you said the line about Silas and Wesley, Silas absolutely was pulled Wesley closer in that moment. Oh.
Mud,
God, you said mud and I fucking lost it.
He needed to be shut out. I was crying reading.
Shut up, Mud.
When I'm on the road.
He's so important.
He is. He was there for so much.
He was there the whole time.
You were a poet, by the way.
That was amazing.
That was the most poetic, beautiful
took me hours.
thing I've ever heard in my life.
Mercy!
With that.
Mercy, please!
Thanks, guys. That means a real lot.
Can you send that to notes or something?
Yes, I will. I'll send it to notes.
I was tearing up immediately. That.
When I'm on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Love you guys. Wow.
I love you. Yeah.
I have to be a quiet bird.
Not yet.
Quiet bird.
I have to start practicing. I can't be a loud bird.
That's fair.
can't ruin my Kai heart.
No, right now you're
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Arya's just holding
I
him.
can't believe you did that.
Done this.
I don't know if that was 𝑦𝑡, but I loved so.
The way that what you wrote for
Wait,
wit tied in
amazing.
so well with your wit scene
Literally,
too.
right?
Crazy.
I see what you mean now. What do you mean? I mean, I see what you mean, but like,
Right? They were saying things and I was like, well, he don't know.
oh, he don't know.
Oh, he don't know right now.
Oh, he don't know, but he knows.
But you gotta know.
Because for me, I was like very like I wanted it to.
I feel
I wanted
direct
like it to be
response
different for
before
Connor.
before
I
I said anything.
a story, you know, and like
Yeah.
for like Solar, it was very like I look up to these qualities you hold, and
Yeah.
for like Andromeda, I was very, 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 very intentional to pick an analogy.
Yeah, metaphor.
Good analogy.
And I got you. I was
metaphor.
looking into the like tree, like history of trees in art to find like.
Trees and art. That's you
I didn't
did
like
the
do anything
research.
crazy with it. I was just trying to find
So
something.
hard. You
Oh
cooked
my
so
God.
hard.
Yeah, I really. This was like
You
I've been
were
wanting to do this
it
for
was
a long time.
masterpiece.
That's freaking delicious.
Thank you. I'll send it in chat.
Yeah,
So
okay.
beautiful.
I'm so proud of you.
That was literally so.
And
What?
Arlo, but you,
But you, Theo.
because you wrote that.
But you did that.
You took the
wrote it.
time.
Comment.
So hard on
Comment
it.
said
I'm really proud of you.
Theo going from season
love
1,
you.
episode 1, Potato Saturday, and Falling Ducks to this.
Two different Arlos. Two different Arlos.
Wait,
And I was
isn't that in and of itself poetic though? It's like
Is
he
that not
was
the
just
character arc?
yeah, he was just like this lighthearted, like goofy guy because he didn't have anything else. Like that was like
That is his arc.
that's who he was at
Yeah.
the time, and now
Yeah, and
here he is.
it like
Yeah,
always.
he's
hits
gotten
because
so
I feel
much
like
of
he was
himself
getting
back.
close with Dimitri, but then when Dimitri left, plus being sent away from Keyhorn, he like blanked out again.
Yeah,
Because he
a
didn't have anything
restart.
to hold him down.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
restart.
Like started fresh, and then like
I
you
listened
still
to-
got back here, and you always will.
Yeah,
Listen to the dearly beloved Kingdom
not
Hearts while you're-
this.
It's the French. It's
Jesus
the, it's
Christ.
not-
Dearly beloved.
I was like, it has to be this. That's what I was.
Oh well,
thinking.
I guess I'll be with you.
Oh,
I
fuck
can
yeah.
still be with you.
Dearly
Phenomenal.
beloved is
education.
so good. Well, next steps are up to you, Bunny.
Wow.
Am I really gonna go get him? For real?
You cry already. And you were worried.
So surreal.
Yeah. And you were worried. Bruh. This is gonna be the episode I break. I feel it in my bones. I already did with that mud mention. I was like, fuck.
I saw it in your eyes.
Oh, dude, I had to like look away because I was like,
I saw you looking to turn out, and I'm
it's
like, I
gonna
know that.
come
That's
away.
you
It's
trying-
gonna
that's
come
you
out.
trying
I was trying
to-
so hard to
okay.
keep it together.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. I was like, that
You don't got it.
that hit.
My
Wrestling coming
Shayla.
up.
My
Shayla.
My Shayla.
Shayla.
Okay.
Miss you.
So I guess we should call the big man.
Okay.
I love you all. I didn't write that.
Hello.
Say it out loud.
Love you, Arlo.
We love you, Arlo.
Fish man.
Okay, well, I guess you're ready to meet. New
Can we
improved-
tell? Are we glowing in this moment? By the way.
You were glowing when you hugged, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Well-
crazy. We can't do that on Osiris.
Mhm.
I think Arya gives him another really, really tight squeeze.
What did sex tape from the Deftones just start playing?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the vibe for sure.
Yeah, get ready
Well
to meet
done.
new and improved Arlo Point. How many have there been? A couple.
There have been a
Who
couple.
knows what it's like when halves of a soul meet again and become one.
Oh, glances at her throat.
Oh.
Arya squeezes him tighter.
Okay. He squeezes
She's
back.
still holding him. She's still holding
Yeah,
him.
I
yeah.
haven't
we haven't
actually
got it.
stopped hugging him, so like
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope everything goes okay with this deal. It might, hey guys, it might get fucky at some point, and if it does, I'm sorry.
We can handle
If
it.
it does, we'll deal with
Fine.
it.
Things go
We're
fucking
gonna
all the
figure it
time.
out.
Please,
I'm going to can I have Arya charge the portal ball really quick?
Yeah, roll your 2d6s for me.
And I think what I would like to do, if it's okay with you,
Okay.
I would like Arya to just like take the portal ball out while they're all hugging to see if I can infuse some of the key magic into it.
Oh, that's
Oh.
so cool.
If something really like in her brain, her theoretic brain, this is not like actual valid magical science at all.
No, fair.
But what her hope is while she's doing this and charging it is that if the absolute worst case scenario happens where we have to get out before we say the
key's in there.
The key is in here and we can portal out.
That's fair. That's fair.
Just like
That
a backup.
That's the backup.
The backup.
That is Arya as she's in her quiet moment of hoping that all of this is gonna work out and nothing bad will happen. This is her little moment of like,
just in case
something bad always happens. So
yeah,
it's good to have a feel safe. I will
Not
roll
today.
my 2d6 as you said.
Yes, 2d6s.
Gotcha.
Oh,
As soon as I can-
hey, does Whit see you doing this?
I mean, I'm in the
Probably.
middle of everybody,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I usually
I'm gonna put this on your shoulder.
go ahead.
Roll with advantage then, with the 2d6s.
Yep.
Okay.
Bunny,
Yo, bud.
3d6s.
I'll put it on
bunny
just next
moment.
to your arm or something, I guess.
Where's
Bunny
my third?
moment.
Where's my third six? There's my third six. Okay. Oh, thank fucking God for that, brother.
For advanced?
Yeah, I got a 4 and a 6 and a 1.
Oh, you
Ten.
Yes, the bunny.
Very
Oh, the
nice.
bunny.
A 10.
Well,
Thank
you
you,
do
Mr. Bunny.
see. I'm not going to really specify to you
What
What
Okay,
actually
what
happens?
happens?
No, that's just like
Um,
a silent.
a silent
A
prayer.
silent
You do note though that the cracked surface of that portal sphere rescinds itself a little bit and like pulls back until there's probably just like a little crack at the top of it.
Do I see any gold magic if I look down on it?
You don't.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
You don't see anything specifically
Fine.
out of the ordinary.
Okay. I guess
As
we
you do
also we made the portal like ball using magic, like the key magic. So it would have been there already, honestly.
That's fair.
Possibly.
Possibly. If that's like how it works,
That's
it
fair
would
too,
be there
yeah.
from like just making it maybe.
Very
but
true.
Mm.
Very true.
True,
portal
true,
balls
true,
to the
true.
wall. You know what I mean?
Balls
Maybe
to the wall.
ballin'.
Portal balls to the wall.
Maybe ballin'.
it doesn't hurt to charge it like
No, for sure.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Is everybody else still in the room? Like all the
Yeah.
extra
I'm gonna
Okay.
grab my key, points to you guys, and my fiance, points to Dimitri.
Whoa.
He steps up.
Okay. Medic! Hey! buddy.
Medic. Dimitri also, I'll have you know, like he stands so close and he gives you this look, and it's the same look that he gave you when he told you he wouldn't let you drown. Like it is like exact replica.
Can't do this.
Yeah, and he's
Okay.
that's how he's looking at you.
Oh God, that got me.
That's your guy.
I know. It's just such a Kai look to give, you know?
Yeah.
It's like grounding.
You hear a little thump, and
There he is.
you just hear it come from the door, and he is just back against the door, smoking a cigarette. Like,
Hey, you.
hey,
We're ready.
is it finally time? What is
Yeah.
this, like 2 days in the making?
I know. Lots of work.
Lots of work. Yeah,
Thanks for doing it.
yeah.
Arlo like takes a little note out of his pocket and hands it to him.
Oh,
And I'll send it to you later, but it's just a little thank you note.
Oh,
Soft.
he looks at it.
Yeah.
Is it gonna explode?
No, it's literally just a scribbled thank you note.
Takes it.
You can read it later.
Is it cursed?
I don't think I can even.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. He's like,
Best friends don't curse each other. Besties don't curse each other.
awesome. I'll keep that in mind. So,
please do.
he looks at please do. He looks at all of you. He's like, so who's all going?
And then like there's like a separation. And he just like points to the separation.
I
Us
see
four.
you. Okay. I'll make sure you're all holding hands or at least touching in some way.
Okay. Also, if it's cool to come back to this exact room.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm on it.
Arya kisses Solar really.
Oh, so
Yeah.
this is Arya. It's like,
This is
yeah.
perfect.
Ardros is like, and Zephyrus.
I'm gonna kiss Zephyrus
yeah.
on the cheek. Give him a hug.
Zephyr pulls you into a hug, and it's like a very just like he doesn't say anything. But it's just like a please be okay.
He looks at like Silas and Connor. Doesn't like kiss him, obviously.
Yeah,
because...
that's fair. They
and
just
then
give you
Wes is right
they
there,
give you a
too.
little like nods back.
Yeah.
Um.
And then like Arlo's probably like, all right, and like kind of like telling them to like head out.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I think they go about that, and they start to like head out the door, and I think Zephyrus just like slowly backs out. His eyes are just a little locked on you, Andromeda, because he's like, I haven't been alone yet.
Oh,
yeah,
baby.
Oh,
Look
look
at
at
all the others. Look, he's down there.
he's like, okay, he like goes.
I love you.
Love you. He goes. Yeah, and I think Frederick like kind of looks at you all, makes sure that you're all like at least touching in some way, like whether it's holding hands or like shoulder touching.
Yeah.
And he like kind of looks you all over. He's like, Cal signed the deal.
How'd that go?
Yeah, good. Just kind of poofed in. I was like, here you go. He read it over. He gave me this really heavy look, and then he signed it, and then I was out. Yeah.
See.
Yeah. You remember your code word?
Hmm?
Yeah. Everyone
Yeah.
say it, please.
Citrus.
Amazing. Good. All right. That's what you're gonna say when you need me to poof you on out. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
If
we
any
won't
of
say
you
it.
die,
All have to say it.
whoever, one person.
Just whoever. Okay,
I'll be
so-
there. Just make sure you're touching whoever says it, because if you're not touching each other, then you're not all getting out.
You're leaving. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's
We will not say it until that point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If any of you die, do not come after my ass. That's not my fault.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna blame you.
No,
Cool.
No problem.
I just want to make sure.
Wasn't the deal.
That was in the that was in the contract. and I
It was in the deal.
Driver.
I just need to I need to
Need
push
to
that.
clear.
You know, it's happened before. It's really annoying. Yeah, okay. I think that about sums it up.
Bless
He
you.
gets his fingers ready. See y'all.
Hold on, everybody.
Yeah, they're holding.
And he snaps his fingers.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
Shut the fuck up.
Scary.
And buckle in, because I have.
We're in Osiris.
I got some description for you.
Oh,
Okay, I need to change my music right the fuck now.
I have a Osiris playlist. Would you like it?
Thank you. I would like it. Can I have it?
Yes, Jazz, you're logged into my Spotify right now?
I can sign back in.
Oh, no. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm already signing in.
No, I'll send it on my phone.
Already signed in.
Okay. It's called, it is in my private playlist. It's called Navigating Osiris.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I will send it.
It's an old one.
Navigating.
Navigating.
Navigating. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, you found it? You can send it to,
Sorry.
the...
What's the procedure?
What's the procedure? You might have to, you can unprivate it if you want to.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's fine. We can send it to chat as well.
Hi, chat.
I don't
Buckle in.
think there's anything weird on it. It's the picture that is the profile picture is not entirely accurate. It's just something I thought was really cool.
Really pretty.
Yeah. So.
Copy link. Send in our session chat.
Amazing.
And send in
Amazing.
live stream references.
Holy shit.
You guys
All
see
right, there we go.
I lost my phone.
What?
I lost my phone.
Where'd it go?
I need it. I need you. Phone. I need you. I need you. You know? That's fine.
Someone play purposes.
Where is it?
It's on that
I put it in
playlist.
session chat.
It's on that
No,
playlist.
sorry, the phone.
Oh.
I got. I'm
Oh. There.
Where the hell? Did I leave it? Give me 1 second. I need this. So
You're fine.
you guys sit in the vibes for a minute. You know.
I'm marinating in the vibe.
I'm marinating.
I
Soundtrack.
don't even know, but I'm marinating right now.
Marinating.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna put some like quiet underwater vibes.
Ooh.
Quiet ambiance.
Holy shit.
I like music and like ambiance
Fair.
at the same time hits.
Over to you guys.
Huh?
gonna send the doc over to you guys.
Oh, Angel, thank you.
Theo, you're a really good writer.
Yeah.
Please don't say that.
Okay.
Fucking
I'm
great.
gonna say it later.
I'm going to say it.
No, you can say it. You can say it. It's
You're a really good writer.
I don't know how to believe stuff, but I.
Okay,
And
the
that's-
trust that I
and that's
needed,
real.
and it's true.
Do you
It
mind
is fucking real.
It means a lot.
really quickly?
You want to grab an apple?
I'm just really like.
No, it's
I'm
okay.
gonna cry
I
with it.
actually,
It's
I might, right with this moment, I
I'm
might
gonna
do,
read it again, and then I'm gonna cry, and then I'm gonna be, I don't know.
I might do the
I'm
briefest
gonna
little,
cry now. God.
briefest little
Yeah,
intermission.
man, get into it.
I'm gonna take a little intermission so I can go pee, and then we're gonna dive in because
Yeah, you do that.
I want to be,
That's
I want to be
very
locked
nice.
in.
I know you should
All right.
be.
We'll be
Absolutely.
right back, chat. We'll be right back, chat.
Hey guys.
Theo's saying poetic things, so I went live.
Did everybody grab drinks? Did everybody grab snacks? Did everybody get ready?
Did everybody buckle in and mentally, emotionally, physically prepare?
Holy fuck, this is happening.
All right, so
Nobody gets it, by the way. I walk down the street and I look around and people are acting normal and they don't get it. I tell my sister I'm getting Kai back. I tell my therapist I'm getting Kai back. They don't fucking get it. Like, you don't understand.
Chat gets it.
Chat does get it. It's Kai Day. It's university. The Kai Day.
It's freaking Chai Retrieval 2050.
It's Chai Retrieval.
Chai Retrieval 2050.
It's on the free.
You want to know something fun? You want to know something fun?
Apology tour over.
Yes.
What?
Never mind. It doesn't work actually. I was being super extra. I was like, we've got, it was technically 1, 23, 23, right? So we got 2 3s and then 2 plus 1 is 3. You've got 3 3s in that.
3 3s. Well,
3 3s in there, but then there's also the 2 plus 2. Yeah. My math was incorrect at the end there. But so are we ready?
Yes.
I have some description for you that you might have to lock into for a minute.
I've never been more ready.
And I know you will.
Let's get my little references ready.
Let us look it up.
Get those references out. All right.
Oh, shit.
My tummy. All right.
Feed us.
So, gang. The jump is instantaneous and far too quick to perfectly fathom at first. And the image before your eyes has switched from that room in 𝐄𝐩𝐢rn, from Arlow's room in 𝐄𝐩𝐢rn, and all of those things you've set up for Kai, to something else entirely in the blink of an eye. And with the snap of those fingers, suddenly the aura surrounding you is so very different that it's hardly comprehensible. All around you is a world of grayscale. The sky above is hardly conceivable, purely because there is a clear layer of fog that sits atop you and everything surrounding you, giving the darkness of the sights an odd filter of muted, muddled gray. And it's as dark as night, a blackness that feels false and surreal, a premature dusk that feels eternal, an aura to the dark of the sky that feels unescapable. Alongside the gray of the world around you, there is an odd shimmer of teal and cyan, a glow to everything that leaves it this cold-toned shade, an odd highlight to the elements around you that just makes everything feel that much more unreal. Almost as though it's glowing, almost as though there's a moon shining on things in that color, but you don't see a moon, and you don't see where it would be shining from. The air that surrounds you is thick with something smoky, and there's a heaviness to it that feels damp and all-consuming, and it puts a weight on your shoulders that you couldn't quite put your finger on if you tried to explain the way it feels. Everything just feels heavy. The air smells of denseness, like the aftermath of a raging fire, a smoky notion to each breath in, and it's as though you just missed a wildfire that passed on through, but it's left no proof of its presence in its wake. There's no charcoal, there's no charred wood, there's no burning, there's nothing that's been burned. There is something rotten underlying it all as well, a broken stench that reeks of flesh, long buried and eaten away, and it's the personified stink of cartilage and bone. And while the smell is one of something burnt, it doesn't change the vast chill in the air, a biting cold that makes your fingertips sore and your ears and nose sore and your bones and muscles stiff. The air is fresh in other ways, but the chill of the cold and the wetness in it lingers in a way that feels threatening and sits painfully in your airways. There's something so very desolate in the feelings that hover in the atmosphere around you. You all feel this roughness in your throat, a scratchy, sickening sensation that feels as though it's attempting to make your voice hoarse. It feels as though fingers are running themselves along your arms and legs, drawing goosebumps in their wake and leaving your skin raised because of it. But more specifically alongside that specific feeling, Andromeda, you also feel something like strength beneath your core, a tightening in your veins that fuels some sort of fire within you. Atop all of this, there is an overwhelming sensation of panic that you all feel brimming within you. And this feeling in the air makes your heart race outside of your own control. in ways that feel as though it's going to stop. This just racing heart rate. And Arlow, you feel something warm slightly under layers of flesh. You feel a sensation that yearns, and a heated presence that reaches out, that beckons you forth. You feel something familiar and unfamiliar, familial and not familial at all. And you feel the heart in your chest quicken and lift as though it's floating in your torso with something so very eager, so very desperate, as though your heart itself is trying to reach out to something. You feel so much more warm and yet so much more lonely all at once, standing here. You're all standing beneath what feels like an archway of trees. And they're all at an eerie curve that disfigures them in ways you've never really seen trees behave. And their bodies are morphed and bent to something uncanny, as though a harsh wind blew them in the direction they now lay, and they have yet to bounce back. They curl over you, an eerie canopy that feels as though it's looking down at you, the leaves, its eyes, and the bark crackling like chipped and rotten teeth. And even the leaves and the bush and the shrubbery of said trees look dead, regardless of their presence and existence. They do not glow a healthy shade, nor do they glow at all. The ground beneath your feet is withered, its gray shade and covered in grass and moss, a cushioned floor that feels far too soft for the harshness of the rest of the scene. Bramble lies alongside the trees as well, in a way that sits so similarly to what you know of the rot. However, it doesn't move as though it's alive. It merely remains in place, fixed, stuck there. Even more intriguingly, okay, I'm going to send this first before I move on to that, okay? Just so you have some images of what the trees in the area looks like around you.
Okay. I'll send them to the chat.
Cool. Thank you.
That's interesting. I'm literally just sitting here as you describe this, thinking about
my God.
in here for the first time all alone.
Yeah.
Like this is what he saw, and this is what he experienced, and then he did this for 3 centuries by himself.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Literally put this on.
Oops, made myself cry.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. You cry your heart out, buddy. You cry your heart out, okay?
There's no way I don't.
Well,
Yeah.
even more intriguingly, however,
Okay.
surrounding you amongst these specific trees and following this length of trees before it ultimately disappears into the fog and you can't see any further, are scattered creations that spread themselves from tree to tree and further back than your eye can even see with all this dense fog.
Okay.
From misshapen and oddly bent and twisted branches hang a series of strange mobiles tied together with some sort of rope or string or vine or thread. And the rope is twig-like, twisted and formed for something effective, and from them hang multitudes of things. Some hold rocks that have been wrapped several times to keep them in place. Others are odd assortments of wood chips and bark compiled to hang like odd dream catchers. And there's even a few bottles that when the wind blows, you hear that eerie clinking that echoes sort of through this dark wood. And I have this little reference, but it's obviously daytime in this, so ignore that, because that is not applicable here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. You don't really need that. You can kind of figure what it looks like, but you know.
No, I need it all. I need all of it.
They hang like omens in these trees.
Mm.
And they swing slightly with any movement or brush of the wind. And it's a clear sign of something desperate within the way they were weaved together and placed in every tree within a close enough radius to where you all stand now. They lead directly ahead, and they lead directly to an opening that you've been placed in front of. You have been placed beneath the arch of these trees with a view of what lies just out from under it. The trees curve out to an opening that looks and so clearly overlooks a beach. And these trees' bodies are arched in the direction of it, as though pointing the way. And the clearing is hardly recognizable as a beach in realistic terms. And you note that the ground doesn't shift from grass to dirt to sand, but instead just remains this thick array of moss and overgrowth. Rather than a shoreline of grainy white sands, it is a shoreline of withered, dying blades of grass that dip into murky-colored water. The water itself is eerily still, entirely unmoving, not a ripple or a notion at all. Simply still, almost so unmoving that it reads as ice at first glance, a reflective surface that shimmers only with the fog and smokiness that surrounds it. And I have a reference for that as well.
Damn, Jade.
This is sort of the vibe. One of the images I have has a creepy man in a boat, so ignore that. It's purely because this is the only reference I could find that is exactly how I picture the water in my head. And yeah, so ignore this creepy man.
Hey,
but
did you know, creepy man's not there.
Creepy man is
Oh
not
God,
there.
that's so.
That's
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, and those birds are not there.
Everything
either.
else is not. But
So good.
at least you don't have creepy man.
No
Haunting.
creepy, no creepy man.
Haunting.
No creepy man. And you don't see any real end to the water as well because of that fog that is like hovering over everything.
That's so cool.
From where you stand, and all of you stand, you can hear odd elements tickling at your ears. In the distance, there is the cawing of a crow or a raven, or perhaps simply a bird that is equivalent to it or like it. It echoes, but the cawing is eerily consistent. It is the same coo, the same caw each and every time without an inflection in tone or pitch. The same noise over and over again, and far enough away for it to be a strain to truly hear it at its full potential, but enough that you can hear that it is the same noise repeated.
Fucking hell.
You can hear a hushed sound from behind you, of which lies a thicker array of eerie trees that at first sounds rather like wind, but upon closer listening, you can almost make out voices. A multitude of voices that are all shouting in hushed whispers at once in ways that mingle together like the swell of a breeze. Among the hushed words, you can always hear a consistent one, and that consistent one is please. Whispered the most.
Oh my God, Jade!
And to all of you, the voice sounds different. It is a variation. Of course, there's no way for you to know this exactly, but for all of you, it is a different variation of voices. Almost as though every voice of every person that you've ever known intermingling into one voice in a way that shifts through the different pitches, in a way that jumps back and forth from tone to tone. But it is only when you strain your ears to listen that you hear it, because otherwise it is just the swell of a breeze. These words feel as though they are all around you, and that these words are brushing against your ears and flittering about in the air at your sides like curious ghosts. And you cannot see further down the beach, nor how far down it goes at all, as the fog is so very dense in its appearance. You can see the dead state of water, however, and that alone is an unnerving sight. What is even more so unnerving that you notice, though, should you all walk a bit further forward, which I assume you do, and take a few more steps onto the actual beach of it, from under the archway. When you do, slowly and carefully, you notice that it is not just moss and overgrowth that covers this beach. It is countless bottles.
I had this theory, and I get credit for it. I had this theory, and I talked to you about exactly this.
Full credit.
I've been trying to put
you knew. Profit.
You knew this.
I knew
When
this
you
theory.
said this, in my DMs, I lost my mind, Theo, and I couldn't let you know.
You guys didn't know this. When Jade and I made Arlow's sheet for the first time, like back when we started, Scary Reef was like one of the random things that were like in the history of like his vibe, right?
Yeah.
There's not a ton. It was like Hazel and Bruce, Dimitri, and Scary Reef.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, that's odd. And from that moment, I feel like a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, there's no way that there's something going on. And
Like,
then
jellies,
You have always pushed this thing about Scary Reef.
You have.
And
Yes.
this is
And
crazy
it's
to actually.
Like our
Is it like
ephemeral
a fucking
moons. and you're like,
portal?
kind
Is it
of
a
against
portal?
it's some sort of something.
this. They end up here, or the jellies.
Well,
end
Kai
up
was
here,
saying,
or
Kai was
something.
saying in the dream that that
There's a
people
weird
get
pull.
lost. It's like people
Yeah.
who go out there, there's a pool, and then people never see them again. So there's
Yeah.
probably lots of like innocent people.
Oh yeah.
There was.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Is that fucking crazy?
Great. Oh my god.
Fucking god.
Not to give myself a
All
pat
the
on the back.
bottles-
No, you pat your back. You pat that back.
You better
This
turn
is
around.
so
You
excited.
need to feel
turn
gratified.
around.
You need to feel gratified in that.
Yes, thank you.
Because the fact that you guessed that at all shook me to my core. I was like,
I was
Jesus.
simmering on
and I
my
couldn't let it show. I had to be so
I feel like
nonchalant.
you got it.
You're
Oh,
doing great.
this is so exciting. I love it when this shit happens.
Me too. Me
I know,
too.
right?
Okay.
These bottles.
Arlo, I purposely, because I was thinking, sorry.
No, go crazy.
I was
Go
like, I
crazy.
had thought of it, and I was like, I think I'm going to choose Arlo to not think of it. Because I think it's more fun if he shows up to Osiris.
And he realizes.
And he realizes.
Yeah.
Like, I think he was suspicious of, like, what happens with the jellies? What happens with the... Like, he's been suspicious of, like...
And I canonically
the whole thing
know.
with-
And I
Yeah, he's the
canonically
whole thing
know.
where he's concerned that Kai is gonna be mad because like that he's gonna see like the bottle and the letter and the angry
he
one.
thought, like, there must be some way that he knows what the bottles say via, like, the water itself, and not the fact that it's physically at Osiris. I think that's where I had the line.
That's
from.
fair. That's fair.
Interesting.
So I think him seeing all these bottles physically probably is fucking blowing his fucking mind.
Absolutely.
That's
God.
I'm finished.
You go off anytime about it.
crazy.
You note. Yeah, I'll let that out.
Alright.
You note that there are bottles of all shapes and colors. Some with tinted glass, some that are just jars, like mason jars. And they are just spread haphazardly about on this beach. Some of them are open. Some of them have their lids scattered to the side. Some of them still have rolled up sheets of parchment in them. And they just sit there. And they've all collected. Some are even sort of scattered in piles, as though they've been pushed together, as though they've been stacked. And they litter the beach and the shoreline, and they cover the grass, and it almost makes the beach shimmer a bit in this eerie shine, as though there is light hitting the glass of these bottles. Where that light is coming from, you can't see, but it makes the beach almost sparkle a bit. And of course, Arlo, they look significant to you. So significant.
He knows immediately.
And to the rest of you, because you all did partake in this event as well.
I'm guessing he's holding Dimitri's hand and he probably squeezes it.
Fair. He squeezes it back. Ooh, Arlo. That is my description for you. You don't see anything right now.
It's okay.
But what do you do?
Oh my god. I don't know. I think that he I think he walks up to the beach. I think that he sees the bottles and he's like taking it in. And it's like it's all clicking in his brain. And there's like probably a sense of satisfaction, and it's just like dread that's like layered on top of it.
Yeah. This
dread of like, I don't even know. Like it's just it's like a hopeful thing in a hopeless place, you know?
Yeah.
And that then cancel out the hope.
Yeah.
That was there in the first place, you know? And I think that's kind of where he's at. Because it's like it's a tease. Like I feel like everything in Osiris is just like a giant tease.
Yeah.
And I think that he like bends down and like probably just like picks one up. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I think he just like mutters under his breath. Like he just says like,
What'd you say?
Ephemeral moons. Like he just says it. He's just like, it's like he's in shock.
Yeah.
And I think like he places it back down. Oh God, this is crazy. He stands up. And then he takes his boots off. It's like, and it's so like, I don't know how to describe like his demeanor right now. Like it's just like, I don't even know. It's just like
there's probably very clear purpose in the way that he steps in every movement that he makes.
Exactly. Exactly. And there's like a gentleness to it, like he almost doesn't like want to scare him off. He has no clue, but he's so like determined.
Yeah.
So yeah, he takes off his boots.
Okay.
And I think he rolls up his pants.
Yeah.
I think he steps into the water.
Okay. Awesome. The rest of you just staying behind on the beach, kind of watching.
And when he does, sorry.
No, oh my god, no. You go crazy right now.
In his mind.
Yeah.
He thinks, I'm here.
No. Okay. That's great. It is calm. Eerily calm. And like probably unnerving because like when you take a step into the water, you cause a ripple effect. And you can watch that ripple effect like it goes out until it disappears into the fog. It's almost like a vibration.
I
think you're standing there for a minute.
Okay.
And there's nothing for a minute. And you watch the water still once again. And even around where your feet are, there's no more like ripple unless you're moving your feet, of course. But with you standing still, there's no more ripple effect. There's nothing. It's just silent and still.
Okay.
And imagine you stand there for a minute.
He's ready to root his feet there, you know?
Yeah.
He'll stay there forever.
Yeah, I know he will. And the fog makes the horizon, obviously, absolutely unconceivable. But I think after a few moments,
okay,
you see a ripple effect.
Oh god. Okay.
You don't see anything else, but you see a ripple effect from deep within the fog, and enough that it moves until it makes tiny little waves against your feet. As though something is out there in the fog, moving the water too.
Does it only happen once?
Yeah.
Arlow makes one back.
It makes another ripple effect and goes out. And then it's silent for a moment. And the same comes back again, but this time in tenfold. Twice. Bigger this time.
Oh my god. I think Arlow lifts his foot and kicks the ground.
Yes, he should. Like a big stomp.
Yeah, like a huge stomp.
Yeah. As you do that, causes an even bigger ripple effect that you watch disappear into the fog again. And this time, you see what looks to be the shape of a tentacle.
Oh my god.
It begins to sort of curl its way out of the fog in a way that it doesn't seem to have any set path. It seems a little erratic in the way that it sort of folds and curls and disappears into the water and makes another ripple even further. But you see under this sort of white filter of fog, you see this like teal and burgundy and blue all merging together in this like decadent skin, these oh my god.
You're here and I'm here and I'm with
I'm
you and
so
you're
in
here.
it right now.
I know, I love it here.
Decadent.
Yeah.
Little, you see like, you can see and make out each little like, little suction cup for a moment before it vanishes beneath the water again. And I think you hear that rumble that you heard under the water in 𝐂𝐻𝐿. And all of you hear it this time. And it echoes. And it echoes in the trees behind you. It is so loud and it reverberates so aggressively. And as it reverberates, the water shakes, like it vibrates.
Oh, that's so cool.
As though it's happening from under the water and making it tremble.
Okay.
And it stills again.
Okay, does that rumble resonate as the same angry one?
It resonates as a warning, almost.
That's fine.
That's fine.
And like, it doesn't even matter because the moment that he sees his tentacle, he starts running.
I'm not gonna survive this.
I'm not either.
Oh, fucking hell.
It's like the kind of like running where like, I don't know how quick it gets deep, but like it's the kind of where like you fall a couple times and you have to like up again.
The water stays at the same depth for like a good bit. So he definitely probably is like falling and is able to get back up without falling like too far underwater.
Yeah. He's definitely careful because he doesn't want to like scare him.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what? Yeah, I think that he thinks that because I think he puts together the last bottle he sent, which is like could be perceived as something.
Does he like start to run and then stop, which is even?
He starts to run for a bit and then he like slows because he keeps like, it's kind of still like a jog run, but it's not like.
Yeah.
He's not like so between. Yeah.
It's not as erratic, I guess. Frantic.
And then I think it does become frantic again.
Yeah. It's like
the
hesitance, and then it's the again. Oh,
yeah,
fucking hell.
I just don't think he could stop himself.
I think you run, and I think as you feel the water start to deepen a bit, the fog gets denser. Like denser and denser to a point that you can't really even see what's in front of you anymore. And you push and you push and you run. And it seems to be kind of at your knees for a good while. Because it's denser, because you can't see truly enough ahead. You also start to feel it get warmer. And warmer and warmer.
Okay.
Until a shape comes into view. And you almost run into it.
Okay.
Because of your speed, because of how frantic you are, and because of not being able to see much in this fog.
Yeah.
And you feel breath. Almost like, oh God.
I can't do this.
Like,
oh my God.
Almost like through like, in the way that like a horse, like when they expel this like energy,
you
feel that, and it's like hot breath.
I feel it.
Yes.
Oh, oh my God! Figure it out. He feels it.
He feels it. And the shape gets closer and closer, and it makes this darker and darker sort of like shape in the fog. And it's very clear that you are approaching something.
Yeah.
And I think at each side of you, you hear like the trickling of water as though something is like lifting and then sort of splashing back down into it. And on the other end, lifting and splashing back down. And do you slow your run at all as you see this shape kind of appearing?
How close would you think that Arlow would think it was? You know what? He at least does for a moment.
Okay.
I think he's in awe.
Okay. And I think you see like the end of like a beast's snout come to view. And I think that you feel that breath even warmer, even hotter. And the fog begins to clear a bit with it, as though it is dispersing it. And you still hear all these noises on either side of you, things moving through the water. And the group of you that are on the shore do not see Arlow at all. But you hear these splashes of water and these like noises, that dark rumbling. Arlow, I have a reference for you. And I'm just gonna say, it's just a sketch.
I don't care. I know his colors by heart.
Yeah, you do. And I'm gonna color it literally as soon as physically possible.
I know you will. I know you will.
God,
I've never seen this.
No, you haven't. You haven't. And I'm just gonna
all of us, or you just
yeah, I'm gonna send it to all of you. Okay. And I'm only gonna send you sort of like a close up of like the face, because
that's all you see.
Yeah, that's kind of all you see. And also
because everything else is foggy.
It's foggy out here.
You can't see nothing.
You do see every once in a while though, as you approach, like the shadow of like a tentacle that like passes almost by in the fog next to you.
So cool.
And this is gonna look so much better colored. Please know.
Please, please don't worry. I promise you, it's gonna be worthwhile.
I'm sure it's perfect. Hey, by the way, it's gonna be hard to see color because we're in the dark and in the fog.
Yeah, I made it the colors of like Osiris too.
Oh, well, there you go. So we're fine.
It's just a very loose sketch.
Oh, baby.
Chat can have it too. Chat can have it too,
though. Oh, you're kidding! Oh, you're kidding!
Oh, he's so fucking cool! Oh my god, he's so cool!
How do I? Oh god!
Incredible! Oh, the fin!
Oh, that's sick.
No, water dragon, basically.
I have the actual reference. I added a lot too,
Jade.
but I'm gonna send the original reference because it's heavily inspired by this. As the shape of the sort of face. Thank you.
I love him.
Wait, he's beautiful.
He is very much a mix of these two inspirations, and I want to send them as a general vibe.
Whoa!
As well.
God, it's so cool.
Oh!
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's
that first cool. One has been my reference for him since like day one. Like that is like the vibe.
This is similar to what I've
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. That's so sick, dude.
Oh, he's so cool. This is perfect. What do you mean sketch? This is perfect.
Thank you.
All right.
So, this comes to you, and Arlo, I have to say a few things about it. Okay, bear with me.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm just saying like, I love you. As he's in front of you.
Oh, I'm scared.
And as sort of like, no, you're good. You're good. It's all good. The fog begins to disperse a bit, and you see a lot more come into view. And he is close enough that like you still feel breath. And before I even say anything of what he's doing, how he's looking, what he's doing, I want to describe a little bit more of what he looks like.
Yes, please do.
And you note that he does have those two different colored eyes, the way that you have seen Kai in your dreams have. And the one that is yellow, that like yellowy gold, seems a bit more clouded than you remember.
Oh.
And you do note that there is a giant like gash running along it.
Oh.
Very clearly like old.
Oh.
Oh. That's why I said hold on to your horses. Like, bear with me. I love you. You also note that what you can see of his body, and as he like takes in a breath, it is that rumbling noise. And you guys can kind of hear it. I imagine it's very much like, not to drive to pop culture, but like How to Train Your Dragon, when the really big dragon disappears into the fog and the smoke, and you just hear the rumbling in it.
Yeah.
That vibe. The rest of you can hear that as well. And it's not like that deep growl, that deep guttural growl anymore. You just hear like a consistent vibration. And that is simply each breath that he takes in and lets out. And you watch as he kind of breathes. There is a little bit of like a glow to him that gives a very like bioluminescent look. But because there is no like bright light right now, there's no like kind of, it's not as dark enough. It's just this grayscale withered like image. It doesn't really glow like it should. Yeah. And you note what you can see more of as the fog dissipates a slight bit. There's very clearly damage. My computer scared the shit out of me. There's very clearly damage. And in the sense that you see legitimate like harpoons and like spears and swords things of that nature broken off within him, still impaling his skin. And even like almost like rusted over, as though like he's been underwater. It's just been there. And some are not even really identifiable as like things. It's like shards of kind of wood sticking out, or even like a shard of something metal, but you can't quite make out even what it would have been or what it was at one point. And he doesn't seem to be like actively bleeding or anything of that nature. It is just like, it's like a whale taking on damage and then just continuing to swim. And that is how he looks in front of you.
Okay.
And those eyes are on you.
Okay.
And you can feel that breath on you.
Yeah.
And the breathing is like very like, it's a bit quicker than you think would sound like typical or normal.
Okay.
As though it's a little bit more like frantic or even like perturbed or even like threatening. But you feel it. And you're not quite close enough that you could reach out to touch, but you're close enough to see those two eyes like very clearly through the fog, just looking at you.
Right.
And on either side of you, of course, the like tentacles just moving, just little shadows past you.
God, it's so cool.
Hope I'm painting the picture for you.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, buddy.
I'm watching it in my head like it's a movie.
Amazing.
DreamWorks animated it.
Yeah. Cool. They would and they
𝐄𝐩𝐢𝐬𝐤.
should. That's your cue.
I have nothing. I literally have.
And
I think
okay.
Arlow.
And that's okay.
He's an off for a second. Shit. Oh
I know.
God, this is crazy.
You take your time. It's okay.
I mean, I think he would put his hands up. And it's not like he's scared. Like, he doesn't look scared at all.
Yeah.
He's not scared. And if anything, if this Kraken wanted to eat him right here on the spot, he'd let him. So
Yeah.
He's not scared.
Fair.
It's just like, I don't know, a comforting, grounding gesture.
Yeah. Like hiccup.
Oh, imagine. I'm imagining.
You should.
I think he just like takes a breath and he's just like, hey.
Yeah.
And he just goes, it's me. And he's just like, he's fucking crying. Me and him.
Yeah, drenched in water, crying in the fog. I think you hear that guttural sort of rumble and growl again, and it like only his head like moves closer and like moves closer through like the fog until like yeah, and so you sort of feel like this time when he breathes out, the air like moves your hair. It's like close enough for that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Okay, I'm kind of glad.
Like, I'm so crazy.
And you keep that up, it's okay.
Okay. I think that Arlow takes another step, continues to meet him. Probably like a couple steps.
Yeah.
And I think he still has his hands up and he's like, yeah, it's me. I'm here.
You feel like another breath that makes your hair like move back.
Yeah.
And I think the tentacles that like are on either side of you get like a tad closer.
Okay.
And I think he inches just like a tad closer. The smallest bit. And I think there is like, I keep comparing it to things, but it's like,
no, why not? You have a vision.
You know this, oh God. You know the scene at the end of Spirit?
Oh my God, Jade.
Yeah, where like it's the close up like on Spirit's eyes.
Yes.
And it's like and it's like that goodbye, and they're like close up, close up on the eyes. That is what it looks like. There's almost like a moment of like animalistic, but like deep knowing and like recognition, but there's so much like distrust and like fear behind it.
Yeah.
As he looks at you. And I don't think he moves again.
I think he thinks back to their conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Water. I think he says, "This is real. I'm real. Listen to your heartbeat."
He just keeps looking at you.
Arlow walks forward. Arlow walks until he's right against him this time. But he doesn't touch him.
Okay.
He walks like fully to face him.
Okay. And you feel it enough that like the breath on you is like damp at this point now. Like it makes your skin feel damp because it's so close. Yeah. Oh, and his head is so large.
So large.
So large.
It's so big.
So large, and he's just looking at you like he could probably just go, and you'd be gone.
I'm praying for it.
Yeah. Yeah, do it. Yeah, do it. It's like, my time. It's my time.
It's my time to
go. Do you stand like do you still have your hands up? Or are you just standing there? Like how are you sort of positioned?
I think his hands are like floating up around. Like they're not like up and they're not like down by his sides. I think they're like, ooh, that's a good question. No, I think, you know what? No. Ooh. What does he do? Oh, shit.
It's okay.
I think I know this is extra, but I do think he would lower one arm and keep another one up.
And you
I'm
do
really
that. And as you
I
fucking
know that's
should,
extra,
and you
but
fucking do it. No,
really
it's fucking not. You do that.
I mean it that he would.
That's what I was curious about, okay?
Okay.
I think the eyes have not left yours. And for the moment, they dart to the hand and then back to you. And it is like very clear, like just look at it and then look back to you. Doesn't move.
Okay. Arlow goes, oh my god. I want to touch you. I want to feel you again. And then he moves forward and he places his hand on his snout.
Your skin meets this just almost like reptilian cold like sensation. And you can feel like the scales, you can feel like the bumps of like every little like divot and indentation in his skin. And I think his eyes close.
Oh my god! I think the moment his eyes close, Arlow's whole body hugs him.
Like his whole head hugs his head.
Yep. Like his whole body is pressed against him. And he's like, like his fingers are like sinking in.
Yeah.
And like he's like, his head is like nuzzling.
Yeah.
And he's crying.
Yeah.
He's crying.
Oh my god. You hear that deep rumbling again. But this time it's like a purr. And the group of you, like, you hear it. And you can hear the shift in it. Like, it is no longer this, like, threatening, like, growl. It is this, like, low vibrating purr. Oh, and his eyes just stay closed. And I think it is a hot minute. Like, there's nothing. There's just this, like, silent moment in the fog. And I think even his, like, the little, like, moving of his tentacles, like, still. And everything just stills. And it is unmoving. It's frozen in time. And,
I'm sorry.
No, you keep it up. And I'm gonna, like, wager, like, a good 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
Like, literally him just, like, stuck there. Like, drinking that in.
Mutual.
Yeah. Unmoving. with the consistent purr, and I think there's even like little like echoey like I can only think of the word like a whimper, like in like the sound of his voice that sounds very like whale like, like that very like echoey sort of like whale call. It sort of echoes through like the forest and everything around you guys, for those of you that are just listening from the beach. And I think after that time, there's this moment where there's such a dramatic shift, and he pulls back in sort of like a frantic nature, and so quickly. It's like a jerk backwards. And it's sort of like
Arlo stumbles.
Yeah, he probably falls backwards. Yeah,
honestly, yeah.
Oh, in the water. And you hear almost like a cry as it's happening, and he like jerks backwards until he's like kind of jerking back into the fog a bit, and you see just like tentacles flying in every direction, like in front of you, like passing by this way, passing by this way, passing by this way. And I think even the group of you start to see sort of the shadows of it because it's so extensive, the movements. Before I detail that even further, I need everyone to roll a d12 for me.
Me too?
Yeah.
Do I get advantage?
Yes. Actually, you do.
Wait, you said a d20?
A d12.
Oh, d12. Okay. Do I get advantage with my rabbit?
No.
Really?
I have special twin magic, and this.
Oh, that's
you wit.
Had sex last night.
No,
that's true. I did.
Doesn't correlate here. Wit, the one thing that does correlate is your vigilance.
The
so
speakers?
yes, you can add advantage for that reason.
Slade.
But
okay.
you still have to roll essentially. You
Good
got
enough
a 10.
for
Okay.
I got a 1 and a
4.
10, and I slayed that.
Is that a 4, Haley?
12.
I got a
6. Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to find it.
No, you're totally fine. You're all good. You're all good.
Jade, what's gonna happen to me? Jade, I just met my new husband. What's gonna happen to me?
What's gonna happen?
My ex-gay husband is at home waiting for me. Jade, what's gonna happen to me?
I'm battering my face because I'm stressed. Oh.
Real.
In the best fucking way, I'm having the time of my fucking life.
Me too. This is
As are we all.
I got Kate Bush chortling in my ears right now.
Oh, not that.
This woman's work 1 hour repeat.
Let's
Ooh.
go. I'm so glad I had advantage.
Nat 12, baby. Nat 12.
Slayed
Fuck
it.
off.
Slayed it.
A 4 or
Amazing.
a 12.
Oh, that,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
that
was
was
a
good
1
then.
or a 10, so I was really scared.
Slay. Okay.
That keeps rolling well, so I'm gonna keep him.
Yeah, keep that
Yeah. Keep that up. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Arya and Andromeda.
Jesus Christ.
Hi.
And for the rest
My
of
girl.
you, a description.
We're together.
we're together. We're together, babe.
Out of the fog that hangs over all of you begins a bit of a hailstorm of old rusted blades and shards of wood, harpoons, and the like
Oh fuck.
as they begin to fall from out of the fog. With each
Oh.
Is he scratching?
with each flick of the tentacle.
I'm gonna get
Oh
fucking killed,
my
guys.
god. Y'all,
Oh, we're
stay
getting
safe
fucked.
out
We're
there.
fucked.
Stay safe
We're
out
fucked. We're
We're
fucked.
fucked.
Bye, guys.
Andromeda.
Like,
Yeah.
I think for you, the sharp end of a spear comes kind of pummeling through one of your arms.
Oh.
Yeah. And nowhere
Oh.
too drastically like deadly,
Yeah.
but enough that it is like through the arm and I think probably out.
Yeah, like it goes
Yeah,
through the outside.
Like it cuts
Pull
through
that shit out.
to a
I've been
point where it's
impaled.
just like you better put some pressure on that shit real quick.
I think she just kind of stands there and
Yeah.
none of us have our
Yeah.
shots. We're fucked.
Arya, I think for you, it is kind of a few errant shards of like maybe the ends of arrows or the ends of like a spear or the wooded ends of spear. And it's about like 3 or 4 that kind of come like crashing down and probably strike you like a few in one thigh and a few in the other. Almost like a skittering of glass shards.
Fuck, I got
yeah, enough that it probably like knocks you down, not enough that it's like you can probably limp your way around, you know, but like enough that it knocks you to the ground.
Right, with 3 arrows in my legs,
yeah. And it's not like the like iron tip of an arrow, you know, but it's like it's like if you threw a sharp piece of wood, like it would go in like an arrow,
like
especially a thin one, yeah.
Big
like
old
splinters. Yeah, big old splinters.
Listen, when I said the whole splinter metaphor about it being so far up my ass, it's in my mouth. I did it.
Yeah.
Literally.
How big of a spear are we talking? Are we talking like
big?
It was probably like
enough to harpoon a kraken.
A big circle, like a big chunk. A big chunk.
Like, is it kind of
large?
Like,
yeah, it was like sharp end of a spear and like the long end of the wood that just kind of.
Is it like a broken shaft or is it like the full thing?
Like so, it's like the sharp end, but then it kind of is broken. So that's why it kind of just like is enough to just agilely like go through and fly through out the back. Wit.
I'll clean through.
You just narrowly dodge a rusted sword that comes flying. Not even just narrowly. You dodge it real well.
No tetanus shot for you.
Yeah.
Huh?
What'd you say?
Are you rolling for Dimitri? Please spare him. Give him advantage. He deserves it. He's my boyfriend.
Please spare him.
He's my boyfriend.
He's my fiance.
Spare him.
He can get advantage probably from something.
My D12.
Alright. He doesn't need to hurt anymore.
Okay. A spear, like the sharp end of a blade, does fly by him. And it does sort of just like skirt along his rib cage, but it is not like it doesn't go in, but it slices enough that like it makes a cut that is like gonna bleed.
Nix him,
yeah. Arlow.
Hey.
You do not find yourself hit by any sort of like blades, anything like that. But you do find yourself with the wind knocked out of you by a tentacle. And it sort of comes like flying around. But this is gonna be real cinematic for you, so you just hold on tight. It comes flying around enough that it like whacks you on the like probably the rib cage or the stomach. Enough to like take the wind out of you, and enough to send you kind of falling into the water. And your head for a moment goes like fully under. Like it is deep enough that like you find yourself like falling under. And like obviously probably when you lift, like taking a breath, because it was just like a out of fucking nowhere.
That's happening really fast.
Yeah, I'll have it really fast. But even in this really fast moment, as this chaos happens, and you can hear these spears and these pieces and these splinters just like hitting the water around you as well, and just like making those splashes in the water as they all begin to fall. And you see a flash of golden light before you, as right before you fall, right before that tentacle hits you. You find yourself falling underwater for a moment, and you find yourself lifting your head up to take a breath. And when your head lifts up, when you kind of regain yourself, and the water kind of falls from your ears and it's not as muffled anymore, it is dead silent.
Is it? Is dead silent?
It's dead silent, and there is no longer a shadow or the shadow of tentacles around you.
He gets up.
Yep. And I will reiterate that the water is about probably just beneath your knees or so, maybe right at your knees in terms of like depth. That's where you are, and you don't see anything currently in the fog. You don't hear anything. It is just silent.
Okay. I think he gets up. He's like disoriented for a second.
Yeah.
And then once he like it doesn't only takes a moment for him to like walk back in. I think he like immediately like shuffles up and stands up.
Yeah. Looks
around, like assesses. I'm trying to figure out if he would assume the thing I'm assuming.
That's fair.
I think so, just because I think he hopes it so much.
You do know that burst of golden light too, because only recently you changed into your guardian form.
Oh god, you're right. He would know.
Yeah.
He runs then. He runs in the direction. He's running.
Okay.
Oh yeah. He's running.
You run. You run. And you run for a good bit. Not like a good bit, but like a hot
big.
minute. Because he took up a lot of space.
Yeah.
And you're still at knee depth in this water as you run. So it's like
he's calling out his name.
Oh. Like he's like calling it out.
Yeah. I think he's careful to not scream it because he doesn't know what's around, but I think he's...
Do you think in the silence of everything and like the echo of everything, the group could probably hear the faint, like, you yelling out Kai?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Amazing. In the fog.
Oh, God.
Okay. You run. And you run. You run. And eventually a shape comes into view.
Oh, my God. Okay.
And he is sitting in the water. He is almost like kneeling, essentially. And you can't really see past like his hips because he's sort of like in that water, hunched over in a way. And I think you see him hunched in a way that he's just staring at the water. And you see his body trembling, enough so that it's making the water ripple like around him. And I'm gonna detail kind of what you're seeing right now.
I know. I know some things. I don't know some things. Yeah, I'm just gonna get into it.
You're just gonna get into it. You can, not to start with this, but you can assume that he is naked and doesn't have anything on. Because why would he, after all this time? Yeah. But he is hunched in that water. And what you can see of his upper torso is you see those same familiar markings, those like teal blue stripes. And you see the curl of those burgundy ears.
Oh.
Yeah. And you... Oh, God. I'm bringing up my little reference so I can give you even more, and then I'm going to send it. You see his hair. And his hair, specifically, is down past his shoulders. And... Yep. So very, like, eerily cowl length.
Yeah.
And his body, from what you can see, doesn't look to be in the best shape. He is significantly gaunt, but also with that, there are, like, bruises and scars and damage consistent over the entirety of his being. And it's very clear that all that damage that was on that large form had to be condensed in some variation to this one as well.
Yeah.
And while it's not, like, clear and not identical to what you saw on the Kraken, there are elements to it that are familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, a few splinters, ends of an arrow, ends of a harpoon that are sticking out of his back.
God.
And you do see that light little scar that is over his golden eye, and that glossy sort of white film that sits over that eye as well.
Yeah.
And noticeably, you see an anchor tattoo on his chest over his heart.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna send you this reference.
I'm gonna lose it. Okay. I'm gonna lose it.
Ooh. You're doing amazing.
Remember I thought I wouldn't cry?
That was crazy.
Oh. He's beautiful. He's beautiful.
That's your guy.
No.
Where did you send it?
References.
Oh my God, Jade.
It's...
I can send it again. I'll send it again for you.
Arlo's beautiful.
I'll put him twice in there. I don't mind.
It's
right there.
Oh, it showed up. Okay, sorry.
No, you're good.
Double try.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
Oh, he's everything.
Okay.
Wow.
How you doing? Okay.
So beautiful.
Cool.
This is beautiful.
Thank you.
This is literally
It's
beautiful.
so beautiful.
And I imagine that you kind of stop for a moment to take in the sight.
Yeah.
And that is, I think, just hearing like the splashing of the water and feeling the ripple. I think that's actually it. It's not even when he hears the splash of the water. It's when he feels the ripple and the wave, the slight
On himself.
the slight wave on himself, that he looks at you exactly how he's looking at you in this picture.
I think Arlo looks at him. Oh my god. It's all right here.
Yeah.
I think he just like nods. And then he rushes towards him.
I think
he
as you rush towards him,
yeah,
when you get within like reach distance, what do you do exactly? Because I need to know.
like he kneels in front of him.
Okay. The moment that you are like close enough, that like he could reach out and touch you, you could reach out and touch him, his arm flies out with a strength that he shouldn't have. Like almost like this last like ditch of adrenaline.
Yeah.
And it is, I gotta make it through this. His fingers, those little webbed fingers, are reaching out and they are grasping your wrist. And it is not gentle. It is harsh and it is very like a little bit violent. And he grips it and he pulls you down until he's almost like holding your wrist in front of him.
Okay.
Like because his head is sort of hunched, he almost like doesn't want to like lift his head, so he pulls it down to his level and is just looking. And you feel him move and shift his hand so that this hand that is gripping your arm places a thumb over your pulse point. And he very quickly lifts his other hand and puts his own other thumb on his pulse point. And he just sits there feeling. And there's this look in his eye that is like so concentrated, like so destitute, but so concentrated. As he just feels, and you watch him close his eyes. And he just stays like that. He stays like that with his thumb on your pulse point, his other hand on his own. Just like this.
Oh my god.
Very clearly feeling if they beat in tandem. You know?
Yeah.
Because that's the proof.
That is the proof.
That's the proof.
Oh yeah, he's holding with the fucking tattooed arm. It's so crazy.
Yeah. And I don't even think that's clicked at all.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, but it's
just
beautifully,
like I want to
beautifully symbolic.
Yeah, I think Arlo just sits there with him.
Yeah.
I mean, Arlo's always done it. It's gonna be at his own pace, and I think that whatever happens, it's like more than anything he could ever like cherish. Like nothing. It's
Is it?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's it.
Yeah. And I think he just stays like that. And it is with this like very clear, like not really present look in his eye, as he like holds tight. But the grip around your wrist is like insurmountable. Like it is like it is gonna bruise later. Like there is like no doubt about it.
Break it. He wants to break it.
And his sharp little fingernails are probably digging in as well.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Arlo wants to feel it, like
Yeah.
truly.
Yeah. Arlo, you literally feel him, and you feel this weight lift from your shoulders that you didn't even know was really there.
Yeah.
There's a weight that lifts that you didn't know was there, and then there's also a whole different weight that lifts that you did know was there.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
And there's very clearly two different Arlos that are feeling this right now, but they are feeling it together.
Okay. Okay, what the fuck?
Yeah. You know?
I think after a little bit of time, I assume that Kai's just gonna keep on keeping on.
Yeah, he doesn't move.
I mean, I think under his breath, he just says, "Sorry I took so long."
Hey. Okay.
You got this. You got this.
There's this slow, like, his head is still down, like he's just still feeling, still listening. I think his eyes open. And it's this, like, slow, like, head turn. And his eyes don't move to you. His head, like, moves to you first, and then his eyes follow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, like, very slow.
Yeah.
God. And he fixes you with this look. And he, like, takes you in, and it's a very intense look. And it latches onto your eyes and, like, stays there. And he just stares. And he stares so heavily. Oh, and you hear the most breathy, hoarse, like, croaking voice, honestly. That just so softly says, "Arlo." And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, you let it out. Let it out. Let it out, brother.
Ooh. Ooh, I'm really, really crying.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Oh,
I'm not gonna cry. What if I don't cry, Jade?
It's up to you. Oh, yeah. I don't know what's wrong with me.
What if I don't cry?
I don't know what's wrong with me.
Love you.
When he says Arlo's name, Arlo just, like, takes him in.
Yeah.
Like, just, like, wraps his entire body around his form.
Yeah.
And, like, takes his head and cradles his head. And, like, just is trying to merge into him. Like, truly, truly merge into him.
Stitch
into
your
his body.
skin on my skin? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Basically, yeah. God. He feels so cold. His whole body is so cold. There's not an ounce of really, like, warmth to him anymore. Not that, like, that hot breath that came out is, like, it's just he is ice cold.
Am I warm to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably, like, nothing he's felt in a very long time.
Yep.
And I don't think he moves. I think he, like, lets you pull him, and he, like, goes very limp. And his stare takes on that, like, non-seeing kind of look again. But he keeps hold of your wrist. He doesn't let go. And he keeps hold of his own wrist, and he doesn't let go. And he just sort of stays like that in your arms.
Okay. I think they stay like that for, like, what?
Yeah.
10, 20 minutes? I don't know.
Probably a while.
Like, it could be even longer, genuinely.
What do you do?
I mean, it really could. It could be like an hour when we really think about it.
Yeah. And it can be.
It probably is 30 to 60 minutes.
Yeah. Somewhere in there.
Until I think Arlo gets to this point where he's like, he needs to not be here anymore. Like, he needs to, like, not be here anymore. Like, I can do this in bed with him. And I think he, like, takes his little, like, because and it worked out so well, the little cloak around his shirt, and he just, like, wraps it around him.
Oh, it's the idea that like it goes around and then you can still see like the little pricks of like the stuff in his back and stuff. Yeah.
All right.
No, but it still works. It's just that you can see it, the dent in the
No, I'm
jacket.
just thinking about how to carry him.
Yeah, and that's fair. You still can. 1000%.
I'm going to. I think he's just very meticulous about.
Yeah, and he does.
I think
he doesn't even seem to notice it.
No, I was gonna say
Yeah,
I don't like. I think
like
Arlo's aware that it's not. Pain is not.
Yeah.
A problem right now.
Yeah.
It probably hasn't been for a very long time. So, but especially now that they're together again. Yeah, I think he puts it around him, and I think he looks at him and like takes his face in his hands, and he like looks at him. He's like, "I'm gonna carry you out of here, okay?"
He's so unseeing, but he just like he gives you like it is like the faintest nod of his head. Like,
yeah,
barely even a decimal, but it just like it's almost like a twitch, like it twitches.
Yeah,
that's it.
Arlo gets it.
Yeah.
He sees it.
He sees that. He clocks.
So he scoops him. He scoops him. He's very meticulous, even though he knows he's still really careful. And he leans like
he's a lot lighter than he probably should be, honestly.
Yeah, because he's gone.
Yeah.
And he like leans him like so like he's like basically like laying against Arlo.
Yeah. I can picture it perfectly.
I can't too. I'm gonna draw it.
Oh fuck.
I'm gonna draw it like I'm gonna paint that shit. This is gotta be the best drawing I've ever done for me. I'm gonna work my ass off for this one. Oh god. And yeah, he has him in his arms. And he just walks and walks and walks and walks.
Back through the water.
Going out of the fog towards everything.
And you all see him begin to step out of the fog, and you all see this scene before you as he begins to step out of the fog and out of the water. Andromeda bleeding from the shoulder, Arya bleeding from the thighs.
Arlo's like, it's the one time ever Arlo like does not even notice.
Hey, they're alive and kicking and well.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
And you know what it's giving? Unromantically, it's giving Hercules when he's dead and he's taking Megra's soul out and putting Meg's soul back in his body.
Absolutely.
It's giving that.
That's how he's carrying too. It's like that. It's
right,
exactly that. Please imagine that, because that's exactly.
I'm already there. I'm already there.
No,
he's carrying him out of the fucking underworld right now.
You literally.
That's what it is. Yeah, he has that. He has a very similar. I mean, I think there's like because he has that face with the Idona piece that it's very like
that like serious.
I think it's maybe a little bit less angry.
Yeah.
But if that was more shifted into a concentration and a determination.
Yeah.
Right. Determination, that's for sure.
Dimitri's standing there. He's holding his little side, but he's just looking. Like all he can do is stare.
I think in that like 30 to 60 minutes, like wit
like helps.
Andromeda
helps everyone.
Like catch them up and stuff.
Fair.
Broke the spear off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just for now, a makeshift little whatever until
bandage.
Yeah.
Oh, and I bet like when the weapons and stuff were falling, they probably like hit some of the glass bottles, so it's probably like little tinking sounds and shattering noises. Yeah.
Oh, not the shattering noises. Okay. So
I think Arlo.
Scary thoughts.
I don't know.
And that's fair. He doesn't have to say anything if he doesn't want to.
Oh, he's definitely. I don't think he'll say anything, but I think that he'll. I think he's just like. I mean, I think he looks at everybody.
Yeah.
I think that he's still very like locked in enough to not notice that people are hurt.
Yeah.
But I think he's very focused on like looking at them like. We did it.
Yeah.
Like we did it, and I know he doesn't say anything. Dude, I don't even. Yeah, I mean he's that's it really. That's it really.
I think Dimitri walks over and then just very gently places like his hand on the shoulder where like Kai's head isn't, like on the other one. In this sense of like it's time to go, and like
I was gonna say
like
does exactly that.
Yeah, amazing. Everyone's like okay.
Just walks up.
Yeah,
puts
and Arlo
on him somewhere.
Holds him tighter as if like he won't go.
Yeah.
Like if he's not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's scared.
Yeah.
Even though his entire body is against him.
Scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we leave,
Yes.
I just want to do a little prelude because I wanted all that to be done.
Okay.
And we have all that before we go because I know we're just about to leave, probably.
Okay.
Unless you have any last things you want to add.
I don't. It's up to you guys.
Okay. So then before the harpoons hit,
Yeah.
when Arlo started running out,
Yes.
I think Arya leaned into Dimitri and said, I need you to watch the water because if I'm watching him run away, I'm going to follow him.
Okay.
And I think she turned around and looked for the bramble,
Okay.
the closest bundle of bramble.
Yeah. It's all around kind of like the roots of the trees.
Oh, Arya, I love you.
I think then while she's hearing like the noises of him running get quieter and quieter, and those noises of like the please and like the help and like
in the air around
the
you.
begging getting louder, because I also feel like because she has that spell where she hears magic, it's a little bit louder for her.
Yeah, for sure. If she's attuned to it, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's all she's hearing right now and thinking of, really.
And that's right.
She's like focusing on it,
she's,
it gets louder.
She's definitely only hearing Calypso too. I think it's very much centered on Calypso's pleases because that's the only voice she knows that's here. And so I think as she's like walking up to the tree with the bramble, I think she kind of like crouches down. Sorry, the music got super hyped really quickly.
Okay.
And I think she kind of like just gets really, really close and looks for like a little pocket in the tree. Okay. You know how like a lot of trees have like just holes that like things live in. And,
yeah. They probably
things
have
like that.
The trees are very oddly morphed too, so they probably have like really like almost
Weird.
like little like shelf type things that kind of stick
Like
off like growths, and like odd growths.
I think she kind of like leans in and almost like she's talking to a small child on the tree. I think she kind of goes, I have a gift from your brother.
Oh, yeah.
But this is between us. 𝐾𝐬𝐬𝐻. And then she turns around and she probably sees like the faint shadow of her friends and then just like nothingness.
Yeah.
And she's just hearing the like begging of her family in her ears. And she takes Cal's feather and just very gingerly like places it almost like into the bramble, like pushing it.
Yeah.
So like the feather like kind of splinters against the bramble and like almost entwines itself. So it looks like it's locked. It like is locked until the bramble like fully covers it and takes it.
Okay.
Oh god.
I love that.
This is for you. You get to have this, 𝐸𝐸𝐻. We'll be back soon for you. Rest while you can. And then I think she kind of stands up. And then I want to say she stands there with the tree until she gets fucking hit in the leg.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then she's just down on the ground.
Yeah,
like she's literally she's down on the ground.
Yeah.
Like
if that's the case, would like freaking help you back over to the group.
I mean, she's
She'll limp
not
her
that
way
far
back
away.
over,
Like,
probably.
there was a tree very close. It's just because the fog is so thick that it was a little bit harder to see. Like,
limps
she didn't go like any
too
farther
far.
out.
It's just nerve-wracking because like you going anywhere into the fog, or, like, off and stuff.
It was. I'm gonna be real. It was maybe 10 feet. Maybe.
You guys were pretty close to the trees. And
Within
stuff,
sight.
for sure. Yeah.
Within sight.
She was in sight because she didn't want to go any farther.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she didn't like wander. She just literally looked for the closest tree that had bramble on it and went there. Yeah.
Okay.
2 twins, 2 sets of twins.
Arlo didn't get to
intertwining.
watch.
11 and 11.
He watched through my eyes, and I
Nope.
cried for
She
him.
did that very purposefully.
I know that's what she asked her to do, but I just like
Yeah.
watching it,
I love her. So
watching
much.
you
Like,
do
fully
it.
out of sight of him. Anyways,
It's just
and
like that, like resonated.
Well, he told her, he was like, I'm going to tell you this, and then we're never going to talk about it again. And so I was like,
Yeah.
we will never talk about it again.
Never talk about it again, and he's not thinking about it either. But like,
No.
like, I get to watch.
But I
this,
love you. And
knowing how
thank
much
Tio
Arlo
gets to watch
Thank you,
it.
Tio.
means
Thank
so
you,
much to
Tio.
Arlo. That just needs to be said.
I love you.
Oh.
Question:
Yes.
Thank you.
Is it sandy? Is it a sandy beach?
No, it's
Oh,
like
really?
it's overgrowth and moss, so there's no sand at all.
Or is there any dirt underneath it? If you kinda,
Yeah,
like,
if
dig
you like
underneath?
dug, yeah, it's just like a really
Don't eat
weird
that shit.
texture.
Don't eat that shit.
A weird texture that
No,
you
well,
wouldn't attach.
I'm sorry.
Don't eat the Osiris dirt. Don't eat the Osiris dirt.
in your mouth. So before Andromeda gets impaled, she's gonna
Before
she's
that.
got a little baggie,
Yeah.
little bag.
Yeah.
And she's gonna fill it up with some Osiris dirt and put it in her
Yeah.
bag
As
just
she
for later.
should.
You
And
added.
then she gets fucking
She
hit.
collects that
It's like,
shit.
whoa.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
love
It
it.
makes sense for why
I feel
they're
like when she got
distracted.
hit. Yeah, I feel like when she got hit, she kind of stumbled around like a dumb chicken. She was like,
Oh, like, what?
It makes sense too because it might have been when she was like bending and like she was bent like putting it away because then it's like that
Yeah.
downward
It's like,
curve as it goes like
it went.
Yeah.
God.
damn.
That's fair.
Oh, so
Um,
good.
Yeah.
I feel like Whit was just like milling around like the bottles, and
Yeah.
I kind of keeping an eye out for his if it ended
Yeah.
up there.
If it ended up there, you don't see
But like
it.
I doubt he would
but
have. Yeah, found-
you don't
found
see it, but
There's
it's
so many.
fair to look for it.
Yeah, he was just looking at them all, and
Yeah.
then dodged. So
So fair.
Dodge.
And then dodged. Yeah.
Okay.
Well then, do you all put your hands on Arlo in some way, or at least connect to each other?
Yeah.
in
yeah,
some way? Okay.
I think that Arlo. I'm trying to say if you want to say it or not. Yeah, he would.
Hmm.
He'd say it. He does.
Okay. He says their little code word.
Yeah.
Cool. And when you do, it is instantaneous again. And there's no Maddoc to be seen. There's no Frederick Boone to be seen. It's just instantaneous. And this dark, nightmarish world, these sounds, these visions, these everything you saw, everything you felt, everything you smelled and heard is just gone. And you are standing in that room in 𝐄𝐩𝐢𝐪. And it probably feels so eerie and probably a little loud with just the idea that there's so much life downstairs, just downstairs.
Yeah.
And there was so little just a moment ago.
Yeah.
And you're standing in that room, Arlo.
Yeah, Arlo immediately takes him to the bed and lays him down on it.
Yeah.
And I think he just looks at the rest of them and gives them like a nod of gratitude
Yeah.
and kind of like they'll know. Yeah, they know.
Yeah. I think if all of you start to like leave the room, you start to walk out. I think Demetrius
nods back and then
Yeah.
walks right back out.
fair. I think Dimitri lingers a little bit.
Yeah.
And it just gives you this very heavy look. Like almost like a last ditch, like, are you okay? Like, do you want me here? Like, kind of just a little check.
Yeah.
Before he probably sees like a very certain look in Arlo's eyes, I
Yeah.
imagine. Yeah.
I think he yeah, it's certain, and he kind of like gives a very like, but like I definitely think it's more firm. Like it's like I don't even know. How
Yeah,
that
no,
look
it's like it's conviction.
yes.
Yeah, he feels conviction.
You learned that from school.
Yeah, I squeezed.
And I think that he mouths "I love you" to Dimitri.
He mouths it back, and then he like you watch as he like turns the handle, but he turns it and like, so it's the most silent
quiet.
little click ever, and then you hear like just light footsteps walk away. All right, now here's where my conflict lies. I'm debating whether I ask you if there's anything you want to do. I mean, I want to know what Arlo does anyways, in this moment. But I guess I'm debating.
Up to you.
My own deep desires to fucking watch something, but one little scene.
You don't have to.
No. You say that like I don't want to.
I know, and I want to.
Okay. How does everyone else feel?
Yes.
Do you feel like, yeah? Okay. Okay.
You're sure?
Okay.
Is everyone sure? Included everyone? Okay.
Arlo, what do you do?
Oh my god, it's such a process in his head. I'll tell you what I think he wants to do, and then I'm gonna work through it.
Okay.
I think what he wants to do is take the cloak off. He wants to be in his eye line, so he's not gonna go behind him. I think he would. I'm almost certain he'll do this, but I'm just gonna say it out loud and see how I feel about it first.
Okay.
I think that he would sit like right in front of him, like so close, and I think that he would take his head and lean it back against him, and then I think he'd start pulling things out, and then healing it, pulling it, healing it, pulling it, healing it.
I'm not even gonna make you roll. You. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna start doing. I think that's
okay.
That's the only thing that plan of action that makes sense in my brain for him to do.
I will say as a little added detail.
Yeah.
He does flinch, when his body touches the sheets. But not in a way that he's really like aware of it. It's just sort of like his body does it involuntarily. And it's probably he hasn't felt something that's soft for a good minute. And he's very limp. Like he just kind of goes as you move him.
Okay. Yeah.
And he doesn't flinch when you pull out.
No, I didn't think so.
Yeah. He flinches when he touches soft cushions,
sheets.
but not when you pull out.
Not when you pull out.
Yeah. And when you heal him, it heals enough that like the wound closes, but it's so very clear that this like old scar like almost appears.
Already is there.
Like,
yeah, it's formed.
Yeah. Which is kind of beautiful to think about because it's like that gold light just melts away to like this white scar tissue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just lets Arlo do it.
Until it's all gone.
Until it's all gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he does anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he kind of puts him back where he was.
I think when you
he's having a hard time.
Sorry.
Yeah.
When you
No.
When you pull him back, he's looking at you in the eyes. Like he's making eye contact.
Oh my god.
This is surreal. That's why I don't want to stop.
I think he just looks at him and he's like,
he's just looking at
you're
you.
safe now.
Gives you a little once over. I think he looks around the room like for a minute, like kind of takes it in just for a minute.
Arlo turns and he points to the hanging shelves.
Yeah.
And he says, "Let's help me you." Things rang him up.
I think he like looks and it's still that sort of glossy like, is he seeing it? Is he like taking it in kind of vibe?
Yeah.
But he's still like looking, like he's moving his head to look.
Yeah.
And then he just sort of like meets your eye line again. And I think, oh God, it's so hard.
I can't imagine.
It's so hard. Yeah, he meets your eyes and I think he just very softly says, you can kill me now.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to kill you. I just got you back. Now it's like that forever, okay? Me and you. The letter I wrote, it wasn't about you. I was never coming after you. Not like that. Or like cups his face.
Yeah, he's just looking at you. He's literally just looking at you. I think he just stares very unseeing again. It's just very like sorry, I keep getting lost in his headspace.
No, that's a good thing. That's okay.
Yeah. Just in the sense that it's like, God, there's so much going on in there.
I know. Can't imagine.
Yeah, I think he keeps his eyes on you and just very softly says, "You look different.
Yeah.
Your hair is longer."
Yeah, yours is too.
He like looks like he didn't notice.
Yeah.
He kind of like
or
looks
like
around.
pushes it like back over his shoulders.
I think his body shivers when you do that. Like it's like a full body kind of like sensation. God. Because he hasn't been fucking touched, man.
Nope, he hasn't.
So every touch is probably like it's like touching like a horse's skin when they like shiver, you know?
Yeah.
It's like that vibe. I think he just keeps staring at you.
Can't believe you're real.
Oh.
Yeah,
Am I?
take my word for it. I love you.
He like his mouth like just like closes instantly and he just looks at you. Why is it so soft?
The sheets.
Looks down.
You're on a bed.
Why am I on a
My
bed?
bed. You're on my bed. I took you to my bed.
You have a bed?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember you having a bed.
It's new.
Why?
Because I live in Hamburn. We're in Hamburn.
Jellyfish.
Yeah. I didn't know you were getting all those messages.
You didn't drown. You didn't.
No, because of you. You never drowned.
Can't drown.
You'd never let me drown.
Can't drown. You're a fish.
Yeah. Do you want clothes?
No. Oh, I think he just stares at you. His head tilts like he's like, what?
Or like mirrors him.
Yeah. Oh. They're really in tandem, huh?
Yeah. Oh.
Mirrors. Are they gonna look like yours?
They don't have to. I have black ones. Okay. Catching strays the moment I get out of Osiris. I guess.
That's your twin.
He doesn't even like he's like I placed everything close by so that we can he like takes his like hand.
Mm.
Yeah, you're not gonna. I'm not gonna let go. So. And then he like goes and like with one hand like grabs a shirt.
He like it's so like limply like he moves like in every direction that you're kind of moving. Like he's not resisting it anyway. He just watches you go. He watches you move.
This is so surreal.
It really fucking is, dude. I'm losing my
It
mind.
was surreal. Me too. And he's just like crying. He's crying, and he's like, he like lifts up his shirt, and he looks.
He doesn't say anything.
Starts to put it on him.
I think he flinches when that hits as well.
He like soothes him too. He's like, shh, I got you.
Oh, you can't do that.
He's like,
not this.
so gentle.
Yeah, he's
And
fucking gentle. God. I think you his shoulders, like, there's so much tension that falls when you do it too. Like tension that he didn't even, it doesn't really seem he's aware of, but it's just like happening. Like his body is moving so, he's so unaware of himself is kind of weird how it feels. Like he's very unaware of himself, and I think he doesn't move like he's small. He very much moves like he feels like he should be bigger. And like he's taking up so much space in the room right now, but he's actually not. He's so little. He's so little. He's so little. Yeah, and I think like you put it on him, and it's probably like just a big baggy Dimitri shirt. Oh, and it probably falls a little bit, and you see his little bony shoulder. Yeah.
I imagined it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he just like looks down at it, like looks back up at you.
It suits you.
Frowns at you. The head tilt again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arlo doesn't even know what to say.
Yeah, he doesn't.
The thing is that there's so much to say, and
Yeah.
it's like, what do you say?
Yeah.
Like, where do you? I have I don't. If there's things all around the room. If you want any of it, you can have any of it. I don't. Just like a glass of salt water over there.
Fucking hell.
I know.
He just looks at you again as you say that. Fresh water.
Yeah.
It wasn't you. It wasn't you. So many times it wasn't you.
Yeah. I think that's why you didn't believe me at first. I talked to you the other day, and I kept saying it was real. And that one was me.
Oh, you came to the beach a lot. You walked on the beach a lot. And I would go up to you because I thought it would work. And it never worked. So I stopped going up to you. But then you came up to me.
Yeah.
That was new.
That's the real one. He'll always come up to you, the real Arlo. That's me.
Put things in the trees.
Yeah.
Gotta leave that stuff in the trees. I should probably take that stuff out of the trees.
It's okay, I'll handle it all. How about that?
It's probably not good for the trees.
I'll make sure that the trees are taken care of. I'm gonna take care of you, okay? It's just you and me.
lot of stories.
Yeah, the bottles.
Stories.
Do you have any favorites?
I put some in a pile though.
Yeah. Are those special?
No, they were for me. They were written for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, you wrote them for me.
I did. I did. I mean, I guess you kind of know. I forgot. I lost my memory. Up until recently, so.
Do you remember me?
I do now.
Right now?
Right now. I remember you and I know you.
I think he kind of adjusts a little bit. He kind of looks
Yeah.
around. There's a little bit more of like a little bit of a panicked look in his eye as he kind of looks around. Kind of swallows. What do I do?
Just sit here with me. Here, and Arlo like takes his hand and then puts it at his gills. And then he takes a really deep breath. And then Arlo takes his hand and puts it on his gills.
Yeah.
Just
little
breathe.
burgundy ones.
Yeah. So all I need you to do is breathe. With me. Together.
What if I forget how? That would really suck.
I'll show you how to then.
Okay, yeah.
You ready? I'll go first.
Panic case.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. I'll go first. Ready? I'm gonna go first. And Arlo just takes such a deep breath and he holds it and he like caresses Kai's hand with his thumb and then he lets it go. Okay. You don't have to. I'm just gonna keep doing it and if it feels right then you can breathe. Okay? He takes another breath.
Oh. He tries to do it with you and you feel like the gills shudder a little bit. It's like a very shaky breath. Shuddery breath. Probably because of all the trembling that he's doing a little bit. And then he just looks at you again. He looks down. I did it. I remembered.
What did he say?
I remembered.
You would.
It was easy.
It's like riding a bike.
What?
Oh. Muscle memory. And that's just the beginning of things we're going to learn to do together again, okay? You're safe here. You're safe here. This is my room. Sometimes I sleep over there.
Why do you have a room?
I just felt like it, you know? Thought it would suit me. It's nice to have some privacy. Not from you, though. I guess you could say it's our room now.
Shared room?
Yeah. Just like everything else.
Why didn't we have that before?
I don't know.
His eyes start darting back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
Like this is the first time he's giving that much conscious thought.
Yeah.
It's a very clear like panic for a moment.
Sure. I don't think we knew we could, but now we do. We do know. It's okay. If you start to get scared, just look at me.
I think he just moves again and just puts his thumb on your pulse point. And his like eyes and his expression go back into that like desolate, unseeing sort of like emotion. Almost like it's almost like it's like fleeting presence. Like it's like he's there and then he's not.
He's
there.
not.
Yeah.
And then he's there.
And then he's there.
not.
And then he's not. And it's like how present that presence is differs.
Yeah.
But he just has that like cold, harsh grip on your wrist again. And I think that's just where he stays. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? You don't know?
Did that happen?
That's just crazy,
Did
bro.
that really just happen?
That's just crazy. I have a little finale ending point for you.
Okay.
As the rest of the gang goes downstairs, and as you mingle back in with the patrons of Ķīhorn, you note that quite a few of them have, well, I say quite a few, basically the majority of the patrons in the tavern right now are looking out the windows. And Hazel is standing by the door and has the doors widespread and is looking with this just wide-eyed stare. And a lot of them are sort of just looking with like fascination. A few are looking with like these very emotional expressions. Some of them are crying. And Arya and Wit and Andromeda and Dimitri too. As you all walk downstairs, and as you try to sort of take a gander at what everyone's looking at, once you get like a clear field of view, you see that with this sort of dawning dusk, but falling dusk, I guess I should say, as like the sun is probably beginning to set at this point, or at least getting close. That kind of cool toned evening light. You note that the ocean is scattered with golden jellyfish. And they have set the entire shoreline alight. And that's where we're gonna end the season.
That's so beautiful.
And Arlo knows what gold means.
It's so great.
Oh.
Happy season 7, guys.
Happy season 7.
Oh,
We did it!
There's no moon this time. That's okay. You sob away. You sob
Keep
away.
sobbing. Keep sobbing, handsome.
that was amazing.
Promise? Promise?
Yeah, I'm promised.
Jade.
Are you kidding?
You want to know what was coming on that whole conversation that you and Kai were having? Which song I was listening to?
Oh god.
It was Purpose is Glorious.
No! You can't do that. You can't do that. That's the song.
I didn't even pick it. It just came on.
That's
when you
the
guys
Osiris
I'm not
playlist.
kidding you.
Yeah, that's the Kai and Arla song.
I know. That's why I was like, I listened to it. And I was like,
Fucking hell.
I was thinking about listening to it, but it builds so much. I was like, I need something that's more consistent.
Calm.
That's why Jacob in the Stone is
Yeah,
like one of the.
that one's really
so that
good.
was what was playing this whole time. It really did it for me.
ooh.
You like that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like, it exceeded my expectations.
Really?
Yes.
I'm so glad.
Yes.
Comment, thank you.
Thank you,
like
Comment.
Thank you, Comment.
Comment did a super chat.
Super
Oh,
chat.
Comment.
Thank you,
Comment.
Comment. Damn.
We got Chai.
Did you like it?
Complete. That was insane. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was incredible.
I was so in it, and I know I'm gonna watch this
Oh my
back
God.
and be like,
I know.
Yeah.
And as you
I
said,
can't wait to
oh,
cry and
God.
throw my
it
hands
was
up.
like he was.
I cried drawing him.
Yeah.
Like for this
I've
session.
been staring at the drawing
Yeah.
this whole time.
I'm
It's
really
so-
fucking proud of that drawing.
God,
It's
it's amazing.
beautiful.
I had it up on the
So-
screen the whole time.
Yeah. The
It
tones in
is
his
so
hair
top tier.
and-
It's crazy.
Thank
It's
you.
stunning. He's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
Him being like, your hair got longer. I was like, should I say that his hair got long? Or I was like, I'm
Well,
gonna say. It is what it
anyway,
is.
he doesn't.
Like, you
He doesn't
do.
know. You
Doesn't
know,
know what?
you who should not be named right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know about that.
She doesn't know what he looks like right now.
It's such
That's
a
fine.
hard. I like Theo, that I like was so wishy-washy with like where I thought Kai would be, like mindset wise.
Yeah.
And I do think that
Fair enough.
so much of it I think is gonna be that aspect of like being present and not being present.
Not be present.
And
Not
And I
be
think
dissociating.
so much
That
of
makes
that
sense.
presence
so
is going to
beautiful watch.
like differ. So
Yeah.
it's like I can imagine him waking in a moment that's like not true to reality. Like waking in a moment that's
Like Hank Arlow. Wow.
Whoa, Tank Arlo? Oh, like Tank. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy behavior to say that right now, though.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
my god.
No, that's
It's
No, but he's
exactly
right,
the same.
you're right.
You're so right.
that's
You're
it
so
though, because
right.
in
Arlo
my
was
That's
lucid, he
so
was
right.
not lucid, he was
Yeah.
talking to people that weren't there, like it was
Yeah.
all up and down and all
I'm
over the place.
sick of this shit, but also
and that's
wow.
I think
Sorry.
what it's gonna be.
No. You were right, and I'm happy that you said it, but also fuck you, and I love you so much. This is crazy.
Fair
That's
enough,
what I think.
fair
That's what I
enough.
think the dynamic, like when I
Johnny
thought on
beat
it.
Coco for Cocoa
would be-
Puffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I
Oh,
think
baby, you're so
it's very.
I love you.
You're so smart. It's very all over the place.
I'm about.
Yeah,
And I can-
I mean, you played it. Yeah, it made so much sense. Oh God.
Well, like right now, I feel like he's. It's like his presence right now is more in tenfold because he's just been like it's almost like the jarring notion that like he
Yes.
is feeling Arlo.
Yeah.
It's almost like that jarred him like out to a
Yeah.
more like conscious like state.
Yeah.
Whereas like I think with like
That long healing process.
yeah, it's gonna take so many like it's like Tank Arlo, where it's like it's
like yeah,
So-
like really, you hit it on the head
Yeah.
of it. It's literally like Tank Arlo.
it's that
God.
grounding like
Ooh.
notion that he's not just waking up in different timelines or different like
Yep.
eras or
And that's
or,
gonna be my season 8.
yeah
Mhm.
yeah
I am so pleased to be that for him. Like,
Yeah. Arlo being like the anchor point a bit
yeah.
for reality and
And I think it's like it comes to like a shutdown, which is I think like he started thinking about why didn't we do that before, and then his mind starts going to like family,
Yeah.
and then that goes to Cal, and
Yeah.
then it goes to a whole thing, and so
Yeah.
like his mind, he's just like not present anymore at that point. It's like it's too much to process. Like it's too much to process.
self-defense mechanism.
Yeah. Ha.
He's just a baby.
I knew that he was gonna think that Arlo was there to kill him. I knew it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you did. Yeah. Hey, but then Arlo rectified that real quick for him.
Mhm. You nipped it right in the bud. You did amazing.
You nipped that right in the bud.
Both of you.
You really did. You really
You both
did.
did so fucking incredible.
I'm ready to take care of this guy. Like, I knew this beforehand, but in that scene alone, I was like, oh, no, I'm ready for this.
You are
Yeah.
so ready. You are
I'm
more
ready.
than ready.
Thanks.
This has been a long
I'm so
time
excited.
coming, and everything Arlo has done has been for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So excited. For you.
Yeah.
Feels
Feels surreal. It feels surreal to play.
I'm like, I don't believe it happened.
a calendar.
I know.
Yeah.
But
It's
this is the
just-
thing, though. It
Yeah.
did.
It did.
It did.
Like,
Yeah.
and it happened in the most cool, terrifying, beautiful,
Oh my God, it
heartbreaking way.
So
Today,
cool.
was the most cinematic and like picturesque and beautiful and narratively satisfying episode that I've ever experienced in Ravenwood.
Oh, that's real, and I'll stand by that.
Yeah.
So fun too.
Like,
It's like, oh,
nothing
it's
has
so
been
beautiful.
ever so rewarding.
Yeah, this
Really
was
That
great.
is the most rewarding
I'm
piece
really-
of
that's
storytelling.
like all that
I've
matters to
experienced.
me is that it feels satisfying to you.
Beyond.
Okay.
Beyond.
Because anything's satisfying for me. Like literally anything is satifying for
I
me.
know.
Like
And it was satisfying for me too, but that was just over me.
because I know there's like nothing you could do that I would be sitting here like, meh. Like that's like I know that in my heart of hearts, and I knew that in my heart of hearts. I was like, I just need to make this perfect for you, because I need it to be perfect.
You did. There was nothing that you could have done. Everything would have been perfect the way it was, just because you were doing it.
Silly.
For real.
That's
No,
silly.
serious.
No, yeah.
Chat.
No, not silly. Correct.
Thanks for being here, chat.
Thanks, chat.
Hi, chat.
Thanks,
You guys
chat.
are lovely.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, Miro and Finding Serenity. Thank you. Also, everyone's being so sweet.
Oh yay! Thank you, Kel. Oh my God, Comet!
Comet for your troubles.
Again.
Thank
Let's
you,
go, guys.
Comet.
You
did it.
Comet.
Oh, your troubles.
Thank you so much.
So much generosity in this
so
season
much.
finale. Thank
My
you.
goodness.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being here. Thank you
Yeah.
for watching. Thank you for everyone freaking out in the chat, because I was
Yeah.
looking over and everyone was
I
freaking
can't
the
wait
fuck
to
out.
watch the chat.
Yeah.
I
Me
can't wait
too,
to watch
me
the
too.
chat.
We love you guys so much.
We
Go
literally love
crazy.
you
Go
guys so
crazy
much.
in those Discord channels, because we eat it.
I'm gonna be
Stu?
We eat it.
I'm gonna be catching up this weekend.
Thank you to
Lurking.
literally all of you that were here. Literally each and every fucking one of you.
Yep,
We
we
love
do.
you guys. We love you guys.
We love you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for season 7.
Thanks for season.
Happy season 7.
Happy season 7 and happy 3 and happy 3 years. Happy 3 years.
baby.
There you go.
Oh.
That's sexy.
Couldn't do it.
That was crazy.
Salute, chat. We love you.